Hello folks and welcome to our first impressions for the Plotcast podcast with me, Tom.
And Dan, I got through that. Yay.
And this week we've been to see The Predator. Is it Predator or The Predator?
Apparently The Predator.
The Predator, despite the fact that there was two.
Yeah, so this is of course the film about Kevin Spacey and Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. And Mark Lamar, apparently.
Oh yeah, that's a new one. That's cool.
Well, he didn't. No, he just kidnapped his girlfriend, didn't he, apparently?
Well, that's all. Yeah. No biggie. She was already his property.
Yeah, Mark Lamar was always a dick though, so...
Yeah.
I mean, I liked him, but... Yeah, he wasn't in this movie.
Well, that's a weird one. I haven't even looked into that. You sent me a message on that earlier.
It's probably conjecture.
I don't know. It's fucked up either way.
He should never have shaved the quiff.
That's where it all went wrong.
It's when it all went wrong when Buzzcocks came around.
Damn.
So do you want to start at the beginning?
Well, we got in there and this woman was like...
We're going to start right at the beginning.
Yeah, no, we did have a bit of a weird experience though. That woman reading the tickets and shit.
Yeah, I didn't even think she worked there.
I don't know, man. That was a weird experience because she read it about 8 times and kept and sort of was.
I think
she was cradling it like a child she'd lost.
I think she got confused because on the ticket it says Predator 15, and I think she was like, screen 15, and then she saw screen 9.
Is that what she was doing? She's like 15-9.
Well, it's got 15, 9 and 11 on it. So then she's like 9/11 conspiracy. And it just blew her mind. But after about 45 minutes of her reading the ticket, I think we finally got in.
Yeah, we got in there.
But yeah, I mean, it opens with a space dog battle. Which...
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 ships trying to chase down a Predator ship. And it just goes through what do you call it? It generates a black hole. And so I guess Predators can do that now. Because it's Star Trek.
Because every sci-fi thing is the same universe now. Yeah.
But that's not before it gets shot down... Well, I think he's shot up a little bit and then it crash lands on Earth, doesn't it? That's generally what happens. Then we see who is the guy's name? I don't know his name.
Well, I guess we're getting a cut from that though, aren't we? Because we've got that space battle happening, and then it cuts to what is it? Oh shit, I've forgotten his name already.
Guy from Wolverine.
He looks like Paul Walker and someone even more. Generic had a baby together. That's kind of who...
Ryan Gosling and Paul Walker had a baby.
That's it. That's nailed it.
And Nicholas Lyndhurst brought them up.
I knew it was going to be Nicholas.
He's got blonde hair. It's got to be Nicholas Lyndhurst.
Elite unit. He's a sniper.
He's a sniper in the woods, isn't he? And he's having a look at some drug cartel. Because apparently that's what snipers do now.
They exchange hostages rather than money.
That's right, it's a hostage exchange. But then, out of nowhere, the big ship just warps into their airspace.
And freaks him out, but it's nice because he still gets a headshot off on that.
Yeah, he's like, well, I'm going to get that in at least.
Fuck it, why not?
But then it kind of crash lands nowhere near him, but he's like, I'm going to get out of here anyway.
But that's the thing, though. Like, from his vantage point, him rolling down, he gets closer to the crash.
Yeah, it's gonna be where it impacts.
That annoyed me for a start.
Yeah, but he did get to do the Kung Pao baby rolling down the hill.
Yeah.
So cute. That crash lands, and then he just kind of walks over like, yeah, here's a spaceship. Not bothered.
Yeah, he doesn't really give a shit, does he?
He sees the green blood, which you got in any film where there's blood, you got to always
do that.
Yeah, maybe taste it.
I don't know why. Yeah, the smell thing. What was he expecting? Because it's the surprise that gets me. They're always like,
"Oh, it's pickgalilli."
Like, he thought it was going to be maple syrup or something. Like it does look like Mountain Dew. Like,
it could be a bit of Rose's lime cordial, intergalactic juice. But yeah, he finds the trademark Predator helmet and the arm cannon.
Yeah,
which he puts the arm cannon on, and it kind of attaches itself to him. And what happens? And I think the Predator turns up at that point, doesn't it? And there's his platoon come back.
One of the guys, so it sets it up in the beginning that there's like 3 of them out there, because you hear them making a bet about the situation. So there's him plus 2 other guys.
Yeah, they're on a bit of banter.
And then one of them turns up and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck's going on, eh?"
Because he's Canadian.
Because he wasn't in any way. And yeah, he explains that shit's gone sideways and where's the other guy? I don't know. He went dark or he went dead or whatever. His radio died or whatever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the radios aren't working because the big crash shit.
There we go. Yeah. So he's like, I don't know where the fuck he is.
But at this point, he just shoves the Predator helmet in his bag and he's got the gauntlet on. But he doesn't seem fazed by it. He's just like, yeah, this is my cool shit now.
Yeah, I was kind of like, what the Predator just left that shit there as well.
Yeah.
Like, clearly he's got out and he's injured.
Well, yeah,
was he really like, let me put that there? And let me take that other thing off as well. That's one of my key weapons.
Where was he at this point? He was like, I'm going to leave that there.
He went for a slash.
Yes, I really needed alien piss.
After a long journey. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else are you going to
do? Yeah, and then the Predator starts... I think he kills his men and he runs away, basically.
You get one of his... Basically, you get the old Russell in the trees, and he's like, Russell, get down from there! You're going to get hurt! And then
stop being invisible.
Yeah, then you see the classic body tied by the feet.
It's all skinned, isn't it, I think?
Mainly. Well, it's not skinned, but it's definitely mutilated in some kind of way. Because he drops down, and then what you see is like the Predator obviously giving it the I'm underneath, but the invisible Predator pole dance.
They shoot him down, don't they, at some point, and he's like unconscious on the floor. But then somehow that body's cut in half because then it bleeds on the Predator's face.
That's what happens, you see, because the guy's he's put the helmet in the bag, but he's still got he's decided to put that on, and it gets trapped on him, doesn't it? So as soon as he picks it on, it goes.
It does the mummy, the scarab claw.
Yeah, it's my arm now. And so he's titting about like that. And then what happens is, because the guy's still in the tree, it starts shooting at him, and he basically goes like, and his arm kind of goes and fires like a razor wire out, slices the guy in half, so his guts go.
Yeah.
I
missed the razor wire.
And that's what knocks the Predator down onto the deck.
Knocks him out the tree.
Because that's the scene, is the Predator's there like, oh fuck, I fell over, and the blood's going blah, blah, blah.
Then he opens his eyes, and at that point he's like, now I'm going to run away.
Yeah.
So he takes his bag and legs it.
Yeah.
And then we get the chopper comes in, doesn't it, with the army dudes. Mm-hmm. The black guy's name I never remembered. But yeah,
he had a name, but I liked him.
He was great.
I think he was fucking funny. Yeah.
He's like, fucking you up is their MO.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know that this other squad's there, but they're here to hunt the Predator.
I mean, I guess we need to save this shit to the end. Try and get through the film as quickly as we can, because we didn't obviously we've just been to see this fucking thing. So what else then?
So they kind of go for I can't remember if they get killed or not, but they're kind of hunting the Predator down. But then I know we get it kind of snap cuts to him in Mexico somewhere.
Oh yeah. Well, that's it, because he says I hated that bit actually. It's when he says anything that's not from here. He's like, you want it? And he's like, I want it. Like there's a lot of that like stepping on lines kind of thing. Whereas it's like, oh, he said it so many times, he knows he's gonna. It's like, no, it just feels weird. Like, I don't know. Because they had a lot of weird character choices in terms of how people reacted and spoke in this film.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I like those. But he's like, we've got the shit, but where's the contents? Where's the pilot or whatever? And then that jump cuts to your man there in where was
I think he's in Mexico, isn't he? Because it was the Mexican cartel that were hunting down.
Yeah.
And he goes to the Mexican post office, the Shantytown post office.
Was it just a bar though?
I don't know. Well, he might have been a bar.
I think it was just.
But he tells the guy, well, yeah,
because he basically just pulls out a gun, and everyone's like, oh well, we'll all leave then.
Yeah. And then
seen this movie before.
He goes to the guy and he's like, I need your help. He's like, I'm not going to help a guy with a gun. And he turns around and he's not there.
Yeah.
Then he just fades in Predator style. Mm-hmm. He's like, well, you're going to help me now because you can see I can go invisible.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
But it worked.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is a plot point because he says to him, basically, I want you to mail the contents of this bag home.
Not the bag.
Not the bag. Very important. Never comes into it again.
Is that a plot point?
No. Not the bag. Despite the fact I can go invisible and can probably just walk home and no one will see me.
But they'd see the bag.
Of course. Well, he could wear the helmet and the gauntlet and walk anywhere, couldn't he?
Leave the bag.
Leave the bag. So yeah, he gives him. I think he just gives him some money. He trottles off, and then you see what's making him invisible is basically one of them aero puppet things we were eating in the cinema.
Oh, they were good, though.
They were good, yeah. So he just decides he's going to eat this now because the guys are coming to get him. So rather than try and run away, he swallows it. Which, what if it went off inside him? He'd never be able to turn it off.
I didn't really understand the point of that.
So he's going to shit it out later and then go rummaging for it.
Yeah.
What do you do in invisible shit?
What? Yeah.
Well, that's it. The ultimate ghosty.
That would blow your fucking mind if you just saw shit just coming from nowhere, like dropping, like haunted toilet.
That's the point. Yeah, once it leaves you.
Well, yeah, and we get to that point where it does leave him later in the film. But anyway, he necks that for no fucking good reason.
He downs that with a bit of whiskey.
And then do we see, is it just a clip of the kid in school is the next thing, or is it something else?
I don't know if he gets taken back to the base. Two things happen in parallel. I think it's cut in between the two. So he's in an interrogation room and the kid's in school.
Yeah, so that's it. We're getting cuts of him just fucking sitting in class or something.
Yeah, so it's Simon from Mercury Rising.
Yeah.
So his autistic child He's sitting in a class in a classroom where they just seem to play chess the whole time. So I guess it's for the
chess club
for the gifted.
It could be that. Yeah, it makes sense, but yeah, for some reason they're all playing chess, and he's got a sandwich.
He does have.
And he's determined to do that kid thing of just holding a sandwich.
So all the others.
Fucking douchebag.
That's how we know he's not all there in them brain.
In them brain.
Well, we get the most stereotypical couple of students, and they're like having a little frolic outside because he's going to pull the fire alarm.
They're the naughty kids.
The naughty kids.
And one of them pulls the fire alarm.
Yeah, and it's fucking hilarious.
Oh my god, I laughed so hard.
But of course, because your man there, I don't know, did we find out the kid's name? McKenna.
That's
his last name.
McKenna Jr.
Little McKenna.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the noise, and he starts doing the old tapping of the head. Yeah, which is a bit insensitive, but
well, yeah.
Everyone evacuates.
Broad strokes. It gets the point across.
We know something's up with the kid.
Yeah. So he starts having like a panic attack.
Yeah. Sits in the corner. All the other kids leave. The bullies see him and close the door on him.
Yeah, and come in and proceed to taunt him. I didn't even get it at the first. That's what they meant, like. But when he says, "Do you fancy a burger?" He's like, "Yeah, I want an ass burger."
An ass burger. I'm
like,
hungry for ass burgers.
I'm hungry for some ass. I was like, "What? These are the weirdest bullies in the world." What? And then the other shoe dropped, and I was like, "Oh, ass burger. Right, okay." They're taking the piss.
If that kid was clever,
like, "Do you want a burger?" Yeah, I want an ass burger. Like, because I'm gonna beat your ass. Not
all that kid had to do was go, "You like ass," and that would have diffused the whole situation.
Exactly. And then the other kid would go, "Yeah, dude, that means you're gay." And like, then they would have just been
eat my burger.
Eat my burger.
But yeah, they taunt him a little bit, and then they to really get to him, they knock all the chess pieces on the floor.
Yeah, like why that would have pissed him off that much. Like that wasn't my game.
But because he's got a photographic memory, he picks them all back up and puts them all back into place.
It illustrates the point. Yeah. Dude can remember stuff.
Like he's magic.
He's Rayman, isn't he? Yeah. It's a young Dustin Hoffman.
But in the meantime, we're back in the interrogation cell, and he's being drilled there by some psychiatrist bloke.
Yeah.
But he kind of knows the score, that he basically wants to tell him that, yes, we saw the alien, and you've got the other two guys looking from beyond the glass.
Yeah, basically, yeah. He basically interrogates him, and the guy's like, "Look, I'm onto you. You just want me to say the word alien, don't you?" And then the guy behind the glass is like, "Oh, he's seen something."
Oh, yeah.
Like, no shit. Like,
he just told you that.
Yeah.
And then they take him out to the crazy bus, and that's where we meet our ensemble of squad members.
The Lightly lads.
Yeah.
What has he got? Fucking... who was the first one, I think I noticed...
The first one is the guy at the front who tells all the jokes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who that guy is.
It's... Damn it, I had it. It's... I keep... It's Key and Peele. It's...
Where is it?
It's... which one's which? Which one's which? I'm so sorry.
Help us, Google.
Which one's which?
So I've
I think it's Peele. Key... But I've got so many fucking names in there, dude. But he's really good. He's in quite a few things at the moment, like comedy wise.
I've noticed the other one of whoever that. It's Key. It's Key.
Key, yeah. Because Peele wrote Get Out.
Or he was in it. I don't know if he might have wrote it as well.
Yeah.
God, I didn't like that film. I thought it was shit.
Right,
Sorry, unpopular
it.
opinion. Everyone bums that movie, but
I haven't seen it.
I thought it was crap. Anyway, yeah, it's Key.
Yeah, there we go. Right. So okay, I was like, because I do like him. I think he's fucking funny.
Yeah, he was funny in it.
Yeah, and he is. But usually when I see someone like that, I'm like, well, I at this point I didn't know what the tone was really, and I was a bit worried that they've got a comedian in it. So I you know, I mean, like a proper. It's like when they get Jack Black or they get someone else. It's like, oh shit, they had to get like an actual comedian,
an actual person, yeah,
to do this to try and sell it to me that it's going to be funny. Whereas usually, you know, if it's just someone who just has a belter of a line, you're like, oh fuck, that was great.
I always like it when they do it the other way around, where they put a comedian in a serious role.
Oh,
it's
no,
something about that. It always, it's always way
Jim
more
Carrey
believable.
is way better.
Oh, you haven't seen his latest film.
Oh, what? Fine. But compared to Dumb and Dumber, I prefer the Truman Show. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's the middle ground of still being comical.
Yeah, but anything he's done, like The Mask and stuff, I kind of loved them when I was younger and shit. But in terms of watchability, like I used to watch that now. But I could easily watch. What's the one he did? The Andy Kaufman one, Man in the Moon.
Oh, that was brilliant. Yeah,
I watched that again. Eternal Sunshine, like all those ones. I prefer him in those roles. But anyway,
there's a film called The Majestic that no one's seen, which is.
I'm not sure about that one.
Well, it's a serious one.
Oh, okay.
But I draw the line at number 13. Anyway, so...
Nah, that wasn't a good film. He was alright.
We've got the bus full of...
So the next one that I noticed was the dude from The Expanse.
Yeah, it's Thomas Jane. He's great. He's one of my favourite actors.
So to that point, I was like, is it Peel or Key? Did you say?
It's Key.
So I was like, Key. Oh, okay. I was like, Expanse guy. It kind of like leveled it all out. I was like, oh, okay.
And then Alfie Allen. Oh no.
Because I literally did. I was like, oh, it's the Kim Peel. It's fucking The Expanse. Oh, it's dickless. Like, I felt really harsh about that. And then we've got another one we've got another two.
So I've got the cast up here. So Thomas Jane plays Baxley.
Yeah.
We've got Keegan Michael Kay playing Coyle.
Was it Coyle?
Well, Coyle. How would you pronounce that?
Coyle. Yeah, it is Coyle.
Yeah, and we've got a main man there played by Boyd Holbrook. I didn't think that was his name.
Yeah,
his name's Quinn.
Quinn.
But then we got the Nebraska played by Trevante Rhodes.
Oh, okay. That's an exotic name.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
it sounds like
it's not one I've heard before.
Sounds like a whiskey, doesn't it?
It sounds like one I should definitely remember if I'd heard before.
A smooth glass of Trevante Rhodes.
No. I like to unwind with a nice powder.
Then we've got the guy who plays Nettles, who is the Jesus Freak, played by Augusto Aguilera.
Oh, go on. I mean, I'm not going to help you with any of these. But
I've never seen him in anything before. He was the weakest of all the characters, I feel. But yeah, they're all having that. We get like a 10-minute kind of character building scene. That they're all a jokey bunch of lads, and they like to wind up.
They're a good squad. Well, so basically, we talked about the people, but not their things. So obviously, the comedian is a fucking comedian. They say he's got trauma from friendly fire. He turned the wrong way.
Yeah, and he shot through. Didn't he blow up one of the UAV or something?
Yeah. UAV. Well, no,
a vehicle.
A vehicle.
He killed some people.
He killed some people that were on the same team.
They're on the same team.
That's his fault. The guy from The Expanse, he's got fucking Tourette's for no reason. I loved it. I was like, yeah, why not? Like,
so why is he on the bus because of that?
Because he's got Tourette's.
Because it's a crime now.
Well, I think you find out later through the plot.
Yeah, because he
why
was
those are connected.
He was with the comedian guy.
Yeah, he was the guy that was in the fucking van that he shot up.
Yeah.
So you've got that. Alfie Allen is just Irish. I can't remember.
He blew up a mountain.
He blew up a mountain.
He makes things disappear, and he gets a card out, and he goes, "Hey!" Because he's got to live up to his character trait.
Like, they really just...
And they're all like, "Oh!"
It made no sense. It was kind of like like the pick your character screen up Mortal Kombat. Like, I'll just have the Irish guy, I guess.
It was such like a roster of characters. It was like a computer game.
Yeah, like they ticked all the bases there, and then they had even what's this guy?
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Yeah.
He was the guy who was meant to have shot a seal.
What? A seal?
A seal, he says.
A loose seal.
A loose seal. I'm guessing he meant Navy SEAL. I was hoping someone to make a joke.
Yeah. Like, was it in the circus?
He wouldn't put the ball down.
Yeah, if that was that would make sense, because it comes out that basically he says, "What did you get? Why are you on the crazy bus?" And he says, "I shot a CO, a commanding officer."
Oh, I thought it was a seal.
Seal. No, he said CO, and he says, "Why?" And he says, "Because he was an asshole." But no, if it was maybe he did say seal. I thought he said CO.
I imagine you meant he said CO.
But he said another officer. I shot a guy.
Yeah, he shot someone.
I shot a superior officer.
Then we got Nettles, who I can't remember why he's on the bus. He's just a Jesus freak.
Yeah, he's just too creepy to be out in the wild.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, which I'm fair play. Lock that cage. So they're all having a nice chit chat and getting to know each other.
And then meanwhile, we're back at the house. We should have mentioned that the autistic boy is Quinn's son.
Turns out, yeah.
Yeah, so he gets the package that he sent back from Mexico.
There's a lot of rice and an oversized helmet. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So he does he take? No, he has a little bit of a joke with the mailman, doesn't he? I think he asks what his dad's name is, or he says he's like a Navy SEAL or something, and he says he pays your taxi so you can be a mailman or something like that.
Well, yeah, he
basically
he
gives
says
him a
something
ribbing.
about that, and he says where is he? And he's like, he's overseas, and he asks further, but he says the line. What does he do? He says he kills people so you can be a mailman.
That's right.
And it's just his flat delivery. I was like, oh, burn.
That kid was quite good, isn't it?
Yeah. And again, like, I knew he was going to end up being a large character in it.
You knew from the straight.
Not just, he's in it for that one scene to give him that, I've got a kid on the back home that I saw him. Yeah, he does. Yeah. Because the wife's basically that role.
Yeah.
She has no role other than being wife. And she breaks a cardinal rule, which I hate. You picked the wrong family.
Oh, God. There are some lines of dialogue which is like, come on, that's in every single movie. Let's move away from this.
They really triped it up in some scenes. But it wasn't too bad. So Jesus.
I can't remember at this point whether he's took it down into the basement or not.
She's trying to. No. It's down there. But she's trying to tell him. She's got the fucking. She's trying to tell him, man. You know. Don't know where that came across. The Halloween mask. She's like, I've got your pirate.
That's right.
I've got your Frankenstein.
Yeah, because she comes in.
It's Halloween apparently.
And if we needed more exposition that he was a bit special,
yeah.
She comes in and he's got a stack of like French books, Spanish books, maths books, and he's like, "Oh, did you read one of these after school?" Yeah. I read all of them.
All of them.
And he's like, "Bullshit! Okay. I don't care if you're Terminator couldn't read all them."
I can see your Nintendo Switch there.
Johnny Five could not flick through those quick enough. Anyway, but she's like, so you know it's Halloween.
Yeah, because she just said, yeah.
Do you want the Frankenstein or the pirate?
And he's like, I'm scared of both.
But he's like, no, these are stupid.
Yeah, no, to be fair, yeah. He wasn't scared.
And then she's like, okay, we'll go with the pirate then.
But that's why I thought, because she was like, oh, don't you know who Frankenstein... And again,
I think he says like, oh, they'll know what I am anyway. They'll know who I am.
They'll know who I am anyway. Yeah, her analogy of Frankenstein made me cringe a little bit though.
Oh,
he's the green guy. He threw a kid in some water.
He threw the
see
woman
if
into
it would
the
float. That happens in the original story. Yeah, there's a little girl like throwing flowers into the thing, and he throws her into the thing, but she dies. So you wouldn't say that to the kid. You just say the bolts. Anyway. Yeah.
Also, Frankenstein's monster.
Yes, I know, but that's a compound issue.
Yeah,
you've got to start forgiving people for that because they're never going to fucking learn. So I'm just getting angry for no reason.
Yeah. If anything, the kid should have corrected her because he knows everything.
Ooh. Suck it, Mom.
Then I think it's then it cuts to the complex, doesn't it? We're at the complex now. Where
are we finally getting the introduction of?
Or is it they go to
Sassy Scientist?
Yes, I think that they go to pick up Sassy Scientist. Who is? Is it Olivia Munn who plays her? Casey Brackett, yeah. Because for a while I thought the spoilers later on the alien dog. I thought they were referring to that as Casey.
Oh right.
Yeah, so Casey Brackett played by Olivia Munn. I think they go to get her from a house.
I guess she just gets picked up, and that's there's no. But that's like a sequence. So she gets picked up, taken to a base.
Yeah. And then we see. This is where we get.
Because we've still got right. So we've got the kid saying, "Oh, no, I'm not into Halloween." That cuts to maybe them on the bus again. The soldiers all having a bit of ribbing, getting to know each other. This is where we get more backstory.
I think all three things are happening at the same time.
And then we get the woman getting taken there. So we see her get picked up. Then we maybe get a bit of bus exposition, and then we go back to the facility.
Yep.
And she's being brought into a corridor.
She's got to get a kit off to go through. Because first we meet Jake Busey.
Yeah,
bit of continuity from Predator 2.
I was starting to really like this cast at this point.
Yeah.
I was like, right, so it's the dude from Starship Troopers, the guy from The Expanse. We got this guy.
Well,
all right, let's.
Well, of course, Gary Busey was in Predator 2, so I'm guessing it's meant to be his son. He carried on his dad's scientist.
That would be good, right?
I think that is how it's meant to be.
Oh, sweet.
What is his name in it? His name is Keys.
But again, I can't.
What's his name? Keys in Predator 2?
Seriously.
Oh, you can't.
As a scientist.
It's just because he
especially
he looks like Butthead.
Yeah, he actually does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But as soon as he came in, it's the smile. It's the teethy smile.
He's
like holding the thing like.
He looks like
I'm a scientist.
It's PC Principal from South Park.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But it just like it doesn't. Nah, it doesn't hold water for me. That one.
No.
Like, if he was one of the army guys, if he was the guy coming in instead of the guy, we must have that character's name. The Nemesis. The guy that's trying to bring them all in. And
yes, Traeger.
Like
played by Sterling K. Brown.
Sterling K.
Brown.
Because Traeger. He was great in it. Again, his personality, he was very kind of like, fuck you, fuck this. He was very unserious about the whole thing. So he meets her and introduces her to Dr. Busey.
Yep.
Dr. Busey.
Keys.
I've
got all the keys. Keys Busey.
Ugh. Like, I don't know, it's just his goofy ass face. I love it.
You do expect him to go,
yeah, basically. Like at one point he's going to take off his glasses and go, I'm not really a scientist, you know. And no one will have an issue with that.
Don't even work here.
Yeah. So it gets to take your kit off exposition time. Why are you here? Well, and they start doing the stretches and the whole thing.
And there's two sterilisation pods just so
they're both getting simultaneously nuddy. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can get to see Jake Busey's boobs.
Yeah,
but not the woman's.
It was the only ones they were allowed to. They agreed.
That's it. Yeah, we've got to see some nipple. If we can't be Olivia Munn,
Well, yes.
Okay, so yeah, Gary Busey's character in Predator 2 was Peter Keyes, so it is meant to be his lad.
Yes. Okay, I love that. I do actually like this because I'm turning around on this film almost from the get-go. We went in and I was like,
I had such low expectations.
Yeah, I didn't want to see this.
I mean, I'd laughed a lot by this point. I'm only about 50 minutes in.
Yeah, but I still wasn't sure whether it was meant to be a comedy. But
I
think it is. We'll get to the idea of why in a bit. But
what's it billed as? Let's have a look. What's it billed as? It is action, adventure, horror. I wouldn't say it's a horror.
Action, adventure, comedy, maybe.
Yeah, it's a comedy thriller, if anything.
Light comedy.
Yeah. Sprinkling of comedy.
Sprinkling, yeah. Just a line of comedy. It's so weird segue.
Yeah.
So just like a line of the cocaine that made Gary Busey's fun,
or the massive line of cocaine that Nicolas Cage does in the film I watched last night.
Mandy's got to be separate. I need to see that.
Yeah, I'll give it you later.
Don't tell me. So
anyway, they take her through, and basically I think we see the Predator on the table at that point.
Yeah. That's the bit is because they're like. She walks in and sees these the masks and
the
things
gun
on the wall,
and the tools,
and it sets up her character as being some kind of entomologist or something.
Which I think she says she's a biologist later on.
Biologist. Well, I don't know. It changes through everything.
Because she's like,
"Are these alien artifacts? Can I get into these?"
Yeah, he's like, "Let's just come this way. More interesting over here."
Yeah.
And then she sees the Predator through the glass on the table.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, do you want to meet the patient?" And then Dr. Busey takes him in.
And that's when she says, "I've just got two questions. The first one, why do you call it a predator?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, because it he hunts down its prey and kills it." And then that's when
And I'm sure she says hunts it down and takes trophies and yada yada. And she's like, "Well, that's not really a predator.
It's not really a predator. That's more like a bass fisherman."
Yeah.
And it was like, we had a vote, Predator's cool, right, guys? And they were like, yes.
Fuck yeah.
All the scientists pretty much turn around and go, yes, we agree.
We agree. So it was so camp and stupid.
It was
because
almost
of that, I liked it.
Yeah, it was almost like that was a real comedy moment. These bits really remind me of Men in Black.
Yeah,
it was so Men in Blacky.
I get that because it's there. It's definite built-in comedy. There's no reason to have it there otherwise. But it's kind of that comedy that attempts to be realism. In a way, but it's too staged to be real. So
yeah, when everyone interacts and jokes at the same time, it's almost pantomime.
But yeah, when the whole room goes, yes, like again, it's like he said it a bajillion times.
Or they've just all been paid to laugh at his jokes.
Yeah, either way. But she's sort of looking at that and looking at the DNA and stuff, and I'm looking at the big fake toes on the thing. Like,
oh, that's the first thing I noticed.
How can they not?
Man? The feet always look terrible in
this day and age. Yeah. They're just big foam.
Well, it's like when you buy them
sculpted feet.
It's like when you buy them. You get the monster slippers at Christmas.
They are probably better.
Probably, yeah.
And I've always wanted some of those.
Yeah. I'm sure. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, we've only got 3 months. I'll get you some.
No.
But then I think he's like, I bet your second question is, why are you here?
Yeah, why are you here?
Yeah, and I can't remember what he tells her.
Because you have a skill set that we require.
Yeah, because the plot requires it.
So shut up and get
in the suit.
Take the paycheck and shut up.
I think at the same point, at this time the kid's messing around now. He's found the.
He's
found the gauntlet and he's taking
He's dicking about with it.
CPU out of it, which is like an arrowhead.
Yeah.
But I think that calls for the ship, the bat.
Well, that by touching that activates this, the hologrammatic fucking Predator style thing. We've all seen Predator, so fuck it, and all the glyphs come up and shit.
And because he's autistic, he
and
it sends a signal, doesn't it?
It I know that activates the helmet, doesn't it?
Yeah. So you see, there's another Predator up in space, and he can look for the helmet to see the little kid, I think. But then
that's late. That's later in the film, but
something happens because it alerts the squad and they turn the bus round. No, that's it. She says, I want to speak to who saw the alien. That's what turns the bus round.
That's what turns the bus round. She says, I need to see him when he... where are they now? And the guy's like, he's en route.
He's going to be evaluated.
He's going to snuff it. And she's like, all right, before you fucking lobotomise
let's have a word, a cup of tea and a sit down.
Yeah, I want to talk to him. So the busher goes, okay then, and just turns around. To which they don't go, well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They don't question that because they don't give a shit. They're still talking about how fucked up each individual character is. And
so presumably they were all on the murder bus.
Yeah.
They're all going to be executed.
They're all going somewhere. Like, they're all going to an institution they're never coming out of, basically. So they turn ass backwards. And then,
Yeah, that's when the kid is messing around with the predator stuff.
That's it, because he's messing around with that. I don't think it must link to the TV or some shit. I know it
does something that pisses the sleeping predator off.
Well, what? Yeah, what? I think it's a chain, isn't it? So yeah, he's fucking about with that for some reason, unbeknownst to us. We don't know why. Is what I mean. There's that other predator is coming in. He's trying to track the signal of the one that's just gone down. So he's doing that, and whilst the kid's fucking about with his little thing, it turns off his shield, or he turns his cloak off. It turns his cloaking device off.
Oh, okay.
And he goes, "What the fuck?" and does that. Which is when then the army go, so we just saw something that was here a second ago, but now it's not.
Yeah, that's right. And then
so the kid does this a couple of times, and it's a classic like.
Yeah, and
what the fuck?
Yeah. Then they scramble to interceptor pilot things.
That's it. Yeah, and they narrowly miss it because the kid's fucking around.
Yeah, and
it's like the alternative is sitting there with a remote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he kind of comes out the cloak and he's like, "Oh shit!" and he just banks and misses it.
So as he's doing that, then he does something that activates technology within the room. The predator is strapped to the table. That goes like "Mark" or something, and then the predator's like,
his alarm clock.
That time already.
I'm late for work.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the scientist lady, his name is Casey.
Casey.
She sees like the intergalactic wee in the jar. And he's like, I want to know what this is. And he's like, never you mind what that is.
Never you mind, young lady.
That will come into the plot later. But yeah, then the predator basically breaks loose and starts fucking shit up. Does he just kind of break out of his chair?
Yeah, literally, he just sort of goes, It's basically, what have you done? Is this dental floss? I don't really.
Who tied my shoes together? All you guys.
So he stumbles around getting shot at by lots of other people.
Yeah, and I think
uses a guy as a human shield and shit.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, he's throwing them around. A lot of face slashing.
Yeah.
One guy runs. Yeah, and the commander guy, what's his name? Traeger. He kind of runs away. Another guy gets out by. This is a thing that annoyed me. He puts his hand on the scanner and says his name.
Yeah.
Let me out, Johnny 245 or whatever.
Yeah.
But later on, when the predator gets out, he mimics it.
Yeah.
But that technology comes through the helmet.
That's what I always thought. Yeah.
Shane Black.
But it's one of those things like, because in the film we've established this a million times in terms of it's not the first ever Predator.
No, you even sees. You're even flicking through the iPad product placement.
Yeah.
Lots of iPads where he's got like 1987, 1997.
Yeah. But exactly. So you've got the original film where we see the Predator even actually gurgled,
Want some candy?
Yeah. So we know what its actual voice sounds like. So yeah, that's stupid to genre fans.
But yeah, we see it in. I think it's the second Predator where. Yeah, because you see it through the visor and you see the audio waves and the technology inside the helmet is mimicking the voice because he says it perfectly.
Well, yeah,
and he goes, "Danny boy."
Yeah, and it translates as well.
Yeah. But he hasn't got the helmet on, so he can't fucking do it. But yeah, she's got the most ridiculous looking tranquilizer gun. It looks like straight out of Star Trek.
It just looks ridiculous.
Well, it looks like my steam mop, but it's got a big clip on the side.
Yeah, it looks like it should have been like air powered.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's a super soaker.
Yeah.
But she never decides to fire it. But everyone's getting chopped up, so she just decides to hightail it and run away.
Well, she legs it and she decides...
She has to go back through the...
How does she get into that room, though? Because surely that's the same room that the guy just opened to get into.
Well, you see, this is another thing, because that room is there, right? It's before you get into the lab.
Yeah.
So you'd have to get in...
Well, it's an antechamber. It's the only way in or out of that lab.
You'd have to get in there to get out.
Yeah.
So it can't be... inside the lab.
He would have to be in that room with her, is what I'm saying. How did she get into that room?
I think it must just be you walk around and then it's there. But then it's not like an airlock.
But it must. Well, then it has no purpose.
It doesn't have any purpose.
Why the fuck was she in that? Because it does though. It is an antechamber. Because the whole reason of her having to then again get her kit off again, which she doesn't do, but to do decontamination, she has to stand there to do it so that
the door
there's a
activates.
countdown, so it's like an airlock, yeah. So she has to do that, which is why it's a race against time for her and the Predator. But what I'm saying is, well, where did that guy go then? So he should have been in there already. And
unless he had like clearance to get out.
Yeah.
Or it was a different door.
Mate, God knows. But basically, she must have run in behind him, right? So
yeah. Well, anyway, she's crouching in the nud. Predator comes in.
Yeah.
Takes one look at her and is like,
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought I did think it was going to get a bit weird and it'd be like, let me show you why they call me the Predator. Watch me jack up. I know, it had to be a Louis one.
Why is it invisible?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think so he tries the voice recognition thing, which doesn't work. So he just smashes the door down, doesn't he?
Oh no, it's because it's still going. You must decontaminate to open the door, and he's like, no, and just literally just like knifes it. Goes, and
then he gets
the fuck
all
out.
of his equipment out of the. Oh yeah, because he
gets a replacement helmet out of the line of ones that we saw from earlier.
he's got something in his hand which he throws at it. I can't remember what it is now. It was something that was funny. I can't remember. It might have been someone's head. But yeah, he smashes the glass.
Yeah,
And he gets all his gear out.
gets his gear out. But, yeah,
And then meanwhile, the crazy bus is pulling up. Oh, because he's told them at this point that he saw an alien. Because they're like, so what are you in here for? He's like, I saw an alien.
Yeah.
And they all laugh and clap and take the piss
and
out
they're
of him.
all taking the piss out of him. Yeah.
But then as they're pulling in, they see it just on the rooftop running along.
That's it. But I think that what we should have said there is that we don't need to. That point where he puts the mask on, he's not getting it to put it on. He just puts it on and looks at it, and that's when we see that he activates another mask.
Yeah, it's the one in the kids' room.
It's the one in the kids' room. So what he's doing is trying to locate his mask or his other.
Oh,
shit,
just a ridiculous bit where he reads, what's his name?
Oh, maybe it's not.
No, he does because
Isn't it the other one?
I think it's the
big one later.
The other one does because he reads Rory McKenna. I am 8 years old. This is
living-
my address.
Yeah.
Please come and get me, Mr. Nasty Predator Man.
Yeah, but that's it. He basically activates that. So now he's got purpose.
Yeah, I can't remember how he. Well, basically he's got his helmet. He's got his gear back.
Yeah.
And he goes. Oh no, that's right because he escapes. He's on the roof now, and that's when we see Jake Busey knocking on the glass, talking to Olivia Munn's character, and he's like, "Don't let him escape."
Yeah.
He's like, "What's she gonna do?"
Yeah.
She weighs 8 stone, and she's got a toy gun.
A toy gun, but I love this because obviously she's gone and put her actual her street clothes.
Yeah,
back
street
on
clothes
now. She's out of that. But she looks so out of place because it looks like she's like going around town for the day kind of thing. You know, like standard white girl attire, leggings,
Yeah.
a little leather jacket,
Oh yeah.
and a little leather bag to go in the back. I don't know why. It's just
a bit lippy.
let's all do the same outfit. Like, oh, it's October. Let's all do this. Ugg boots.
Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, it's her with a ridiculous gun, and she was doing like the lamest run, like a little like prancy run.
Oh,
like,
it was a little prancy run.
like to make it look like she was like a foot tall compared to the thing. She was like,
Yeah, so they're all on the roof, which is really weird because he looks like an oil rig now.
yeah.
Because it's all like elevated. Well, it looks like one of the levels from Resident Evil 5.
Oh yeah.
So it's all elevated platforms, and she's running along the bottom one, and the Predators are along the top one.
Yeah.
They're all watching from the bus, and the guy at the back who was in Nettles is like, I want to see the alien. I can't see.
Yeah. He didn't see it, and he's like, guys, what about like, shut up, Noodles. I did like that.
But I think at this point the other ship comes in, doesn't it? Because he's running towards it, and it just boom pops in from outer space.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, she's chasing it. Like, what are you going to do when you catch it?
Yeah.
He's going to turn it around and just mush you into the canvas.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember where the Predator goes from then. Does he just? Because the spaceship comes in, he doesn't jump towards it or anything.
Oh, he jumps in the back of a van, right?
Who, the Predator?
Yeah.
Oh,
remember?
yeah,
That's
that-
awesome. But he.
Oh, 'cause
there's a convoy van going along, and he manages to jump off the roof into the back of that and like kill everyone in the back of it. To which the driver looks.
He's like, what are you?
"Dum-dum-dum-dum."
Everything okay back there?
Yeah, and he just picks up a dismembered arm and just shoves
Just
it
holds it through with the thumb. That bit was awesome. That made me laugh.
Yeah, I quite
But
enjoyed that.
we've skipped ahead there because
But he's like, "Oh, you guys."
oh, he's gonna be in such trouble when he gets back to the barracks. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, not again.
No.
But there's a bit before that he missed where they
Well, no,
basically
it's-
break out of
It's
the.
now, so that's happening whilst this is going on. So at this point, they realise they want to go after this predator. So they say, "Oh right, fuck, we need to get a van, or
We need to break out.
We need to break out. We need to move. That's it. We need to move." And then one of the guys goes,
We're in
"We're
the
on a
bus."
They can move."
That's right.
So then, yeah, the plan is, all right, let's do that.
And the way they're going to achieve that is to wind up Baxley.
Yeah.
By, so who is it? It's Coyle. He's
yeah.
telling jokes about his mother. So to trigger his Tourette's.
Yeah. So basically, that he goes mental.
And what can you remember the two jokes? One of them is what's
Oh,
Cole's mother? What's the difference between Cole's mom and 5 black guys? No, a joke
No.
and 5 black guys. Cole's Baxley's mom can't take a joke.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Which
that
is the scaled back version of dicks, right?
yeah.
5 dicks and yeah, and your mum. But like, yeah. What was the other one? There was. I don't know if that came earlier or before. where he says, "How'd you give a hillbilly a circumcision kick?"
Oh yeah,
kick his mum in the jaw.
Yeah, that's it.
I think
it's something. It's a variation of that. It's like, yeah, how'd you give a homo? Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah, how'd you give a hobo a circumcision kick? What's his name's mum in the jaw?
Baxley.
Baxley's mum in the jaw.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So I think that's the one that sets him off.
Yeah, and he basically just gets up and goes to strangle him.
He goes to strangle him. So then, obviously, the guards come in to subdue them.
Yeah, to defuse the situation, and we see, what's his name? Now, Lynch, played by Alfie Allen. He kind of takes a baton because he's the sneaky rogue.
Yeah, they all nick something off one of the guards.
Yeah, one's got the keys, and they do quite a nice little orchestrated takedown of everyone.
It's for me at that moment the A-Team because
it's the A-Team. That's gonna come through on the audio.
Oh, brilliant! Of course it is. That could have played and I'd have been happy.
Yeah, because there is a bit where they're all throwing them off the bus, and it's like
yeah, like they never killed anyone. They just drove through things. Ole!
So they're throwing everyone off the bus. What happens then? I can't remember. They're chasing the Predator at that point, aren't they? Because they see it jump down from the roof, and it kind of does a gambol through a bin or something.
Well, no, that's what we've had already. So
no, because they've only just got in.
Oh right, okay. What?
I think they chase it in the bus, and then after that he escapes in the back of that van because that's the last we see of the Predator for now.
I thought we got killed way before then. I thought that was at that point.
No, I think they escape first, and I think they run him over. Oh, that's right, because she jumps on top of the bus, and that's right, because she falls backwards and tranquilises herself in the foot.
That's it. Yeah. Okay.
Again, and there's quite a funny bit where he tries to
that's
help her down.
So they keep chasing the thing. Yeah. He's hanging out shooting it with a shotgun, and she's on the top trying to shoot it with a tranquilizer.
That's right.
And shoots herself in the fucking foot.
Which is brilliant.
And then we get
the Predator just turns around and shoots the tyre out.
Yeah.
He's like, "You puffy little shotgun."
Yeah, exactly. So he blows the tyre out. It swerves. She somehow doesn't come flying off the roof of the fucking top. I don't know how. And then they get out on foot, and they're going to keep pursuing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he notices her up there. And says, "Oh, come on, I'm going to catch you," and gestures. But obviously, he's trying to get away at the same time. So he kind of goes, "Oh," and just runs away, and she just goes off onto the floor, which I really enjoyed.
That was a really good. But he's like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, like, "Oh shit, yeah." But I get it. Yeah, it must just get away.
I think that's when it gets in the back of the van. I think, and it might just.
Oh, maybe then. Yeah, maybe that would make sense.
It stows away, jumps into the back of the van.
Maybe that makes sense.
I can't remember where we go from there. Is this where we see?
Well, we'll be back at home with a kid now, because that's the only other place to go.
Do they all manage to get to her house? Don't they? Is that this point?
Yeah,
yet?
but that's what I mean. We must. Right, yeah, no, we go to the kid because surely he's trick or treating at this point. He must be trick or treating now.
Yeah, that's right. Because he's got the he's doing a bit of an ET, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's put the Predator helmet on and he's got the gauntlet. Yeah. That's right. Because. Yeah, they're basically going to try and find him.
Yeah.
Because, what's his name?
Little...
No, his name is Rory.
Rory, okay.
Little Rory.
Little Rory's out trick-or-treating.
But I think they've all stole different vehicles each. And I think two of them got a motorhome, but then you've got Nebraska.
No, you've missed a step here.
Oh, okay.
So this is where he goes out trick-or-treating and you just see him walking down the street.
Yes, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Then we cut to a motel. And it's where they're all on the run, right? So, but that's it. We've missed that step as well. So when he when he drops her, or when he neglects to catch her, we get the is it not Lincoln? Lakeside, Michigan. What's his fucking name?
Nebraska.
There we go. Nebraska's like, "Get to the chopper," and we both.
Oh god, yeah.
Fuck me.
Get to the choppers.
Because
there's motorbikes.
So they're on motorbikes and they hightail it out of there, and that's when we get her, whatever sexy scientist lady,
Casey
has to sit on.
Yeah,
all these
straddle
names.
him
the right.
If you've seen the second James Bond film with Pierce Brosnan in.
Yeah.
It's the same deal because.
Or that terrible music video Kanye West did with Kim Kardashian.
Oh, I'm glad I've not seen that.
No, what's slightly worse but slightly better is the Seth Rogen James Franco version of that video.
I want to see that. It's the first thing I'll watch when I get home.
It's horrible, but very well done. Yeah,
because then they're
doing that, and because obviously, I was like, well, she could surely just sit on the back, but no, if she's falling unconscious, she's gonna come up that's off. So then that cuts to them in after we've seen little Johnny fucking trick or treating, back to this motel where they're saying, we picked a good place to hide out, and it's
like a party, it's like a frat party.
That's it, but it's bikers, isn't it? It's a load of bikers have turned up. Having a biker party, and they're like, we turned up on Shoppers, we fit right in because we look like nutters. So they're out talking about that, and then we get a walk through to they go into the hotel room after that, and what we've got is the guy from
The Expanse.
The Expanse, yeah, thank you.
Baxley.
He's in there with Jokey. Fucking hell, there's too many names.
Coyle.
That's why we need
Baxley and Coyle. Baxley and Coyle, they're like a duo team, aren't they?
Yeah, so Baxley and Coyle are in the room with Creepy Jesus.
Nettles,
and then Michigan, Nebraska walks in and reveals that they're putting stuff on the bed.
Oh no, we've missed a little bit first. It's because Nebraska's outside having a beer.
Oh, right.
And that's where Quinn comes out, and they're having a bit of a conversation. That's where he said,
is that
so who's the guy you shot?
Right.
And he takes his hat off and shows a big scar.
So he shot.
He's like, I missed.
Yeah.
So basically, he tried to kill himself.
Yeah.
He's like, missed. Walked to the hospital with a bullet in my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, then they all go in, and they're just putting. She's asleep on the bed. They're just putting stuff around, like there's a coffee there.
Yeah.
There's a little tinfoil unicorn.
I thought
we just want to make her feel welcome.
Yeah, exactly. But she's unconscious, so it's
brilliant.
It's just creepy. It's
like a bunch
Snow
of
White.
Yeah, it was like a bunch of children who didn't know what to do with the woman in the room.
It was quite funny.
But yeah, then they all come in, and then she starts to wake up.
Yeah. And this was a great. I don't know why.
The back and forths at this point were really good between that squad.
Yeah, it showed that over. I guess it's that whole thing, like much adversity will make you like closer friends a lot quicker, because they're already like a proper unit now. Like we've all got our place. We all know the hierarchy. But it's a great little bit where she wakes up
and she's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, and it's not then. But
it's like first of all she goes straight for the shotgun.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Does she come around and they're pretending to not notice that she's come around?
No. She pretends to be more dozy than she is, and she kind of launches for the shotgun and gets hit.
And
she's like, "Where's my bag?"
Yeah, and they'll go, "Oh, I told you she'd go for the shotgun."
You owe me $20.
Yeah, exactly. So she's there threatening the main guy with it.
They're all having a joke and a high five, and then he kind of goes to get it off. He's like, "No, come on, my shotgun," and she pulls the trigger, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I told you she'd do that."
Yeah, you owe me another 20. Yeah. So they keep pulling bets on it. He's like, yeah, okay, really. And anyway, like he flicks her on the nose, and she's
like,
oh,
don't do that.
Yeah.
That was great. But then that's when she goes to run out the door, and he basically says, "Oh, they'll shoot you in the head."
Yeah. So she sort of turns around.
He throws a bag at her.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we'll go for it then.
But then that's when Baxley says, "What does he say? Is it just lick your pussy?"
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just lick your pussy. And she's like, "What did you say?"
And he's like, "Oh."
I love that because they used it's really sloppy when they do this in films sometimes, but they did a lot of crosstalk at that point. A lot of conversations going on, like, "Oh no, he like the other guy's defending him, the other guy's saying," he's like, "No." He said, "I said you're a little pushy."
You're a little pushy. Yeah.
Little pushy.
No, you said lick my pussy.
That's still not alright. That's still offensive. If you said
whose pussy? My pussy. Why do you lick my pussy?
It was a nice bit of crosstalk.
It goes on for quite a long time.
Yeah.
He's just like, "Well, I guess I'm in then. You stay away from me."
Yeah.
And he's
exactly.
like, "Oh."
But why they couldn't have just gone, "Oh, he's got Tourette's."
Yeah.
Straight away, and she'd have gone, "All right," and then it would have been evident, and she'd have gone, "Okay, I get it."
Yeah, because
rather than just, "Oh no, I said."
It is kind of forgotten about because at one point it goes like, or something. It's like,
yeah,
he never does that again.
It doesn't. There were some points where it was only used as a plot point, unfortunately, to move the plot forward in one area. Yeah, okay, but yeah, they didn't. I don't know. I think it was all everyone got given. Because it's an action film, they have to do this a lot. Everyone gets given a really strong. I'm Irish. I'm funny. They have to be given.
Then he has to have that payoff to that character trait.
Potentially, yeah, but just so that you feel that you knew that character, even though you don't, because again, Theon, whatever his name is,
Lynch,
he doesn't really do anything. Like he's in the background and he's eating some pickles at one point, and there's all these things, but. There's no real. You don't really get a sense of his character.
No, his character was very, very shallow.
Like he got the raw end of that deal. He got a really crap character.
It's like we'll put him in it because people know him in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so they should have given him a slightly better bio. Maybe made him the Jesus freak or something.
Well,
I don't know.
It kind of looks like
a stronger character.
It kind of seems like he was meant to be the comedy payoff. but everyone else was just so much stronger that they didn't really need him in the end. He just kind of lurks around in the background and wears a cap.
I feel bad. I think a lot of his stuff must have got cut.
He could have not been in the movie and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
I would have thought.
But no, because you need the numbers, right? You need people to snuff it at some point.
Yeah, everyone's got to snuff it in twos.
Yeah. Flip. Where were they? Are we still in the hotel room?
We're still in the hotel room, but...
She's kind of agreed that she's going to go along with them now. So then we must get some intersection of the main commando guy, the bad guy, saying, where the fuck is it? We need to get these guys. We need to hunt them back down. And again, there would have been some decent dialogue in there, because he cracked a lot of these
he does a lot of jokes, his little comedy one-liners will make most of the film.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's not Rory walking around at Halloween just yet, because we go to his wife's house first.
Right.
And that's where they all turn up and Theon's eating the pickles.
Yeah.
And because he's like, where's my son? I'm basically going to go out and try and find him.
Yeah.
And that's where only Nebraska wants to go, but then he convinces the rest of them to go.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of back and forth there where you think, the duo, Tourette's and comedy.
Baxley and Coyle.
Baxley and Coyle do a thing. Oh no, Coyle leaves, but Baxley sort of just takes the remote off his wife and sits down on the couch with Jesus Freak.
I know it's not Jesus Freak because...
oh no, he's gone. Cause
Nebraska calls him a pussy. He's like, well, he called me a pussy. No one calls... I gotta go.
So I've got to go now. So it's him and Dickless.
Yeah. So his wife... what's his wife's name? Emily. Apparently paid for by Yvonne Strahovski.
Oh, that's it. She gives a fundamentally horrible speech as well, because that's it where Nebraska says, "Tell me about your husband," like basically, and he makes her give a speech to try and rouse the rest of the guys.
Yeah, that's
Tell me about him. He's like, and he's a Navy SEAL, and he's got
13 confirmed kills. He was the only person to get this sort of medal. Yeah. He's a shit husband. He's a damn good soldier.
Yeah, and he's like, "It's good enough for me," and then no one bites.
Yeah, and Nettles is like, I didn't like your story. I thought it lacked. I don't know what he says, but
he's just like, I didn't like the story. So he's the only one that leaves, and then he follows.
He gets a rifle from behind a picture or something, and then basically they all rally to go. And then this is where then I think he's like, let's all go get a vehicle from somewhere, because later on Nebraska's got a police car.
Yeah, I mean, I
think he takes his wife's. I think he takes his wife's car. But then he cuts back to Rory and he's trick or treating. But then he sees the two kids from the school. Yeah,
and they lightly bully him. They
go, hey, Asperger's.
Asperger's, yeah. And he's like, fuck off.
He's like, what are you supposed to be? But then he's standing in front of this big house and
he's blaring out some metal music.
That's right, and a guy comes out from the balcony. He's like, I'm going to throw like a sweet at this kid. And it hits the Predator helmet, and then the little cannon comes out.
Oh, that's it. He's like, fuck your treats or something like that. And then, it self-activates. The helmet actually sort of comes apart. You get the backwards facing cannon and just blows the fucking.
Well, it shoots the kid through the heart, and the whole house just explodes.
Yeah,
and it just flings everyone forward.
Yeah,
but I love that. I love that they made Rory kill a kid. Brilliant.
Yeah, basically. But then the good part about that is that when he falls over, he gets blasted over and shit, and the two bully kids look at him like, what the fuck? And he just gets this massive helmet. He's like, Burr! He's like, Burr!
and they hightail it. But then we cut back to Quinn and I think it's his wife in the car. But they obviously see the big explosion, like, man, that's it.
So they turn the
let's go around that way.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what happens at this point, but basically we all end up in the... Oh no, because then that's where Nebraska's like, oh, he's rabbit hopping, he's running away.
Yeah.
I think the Predator's turned up at this point, hasn't he?
He must be somewhere around, because he's looking for his gear. But
oh no, because that's right. He says, "Oh, he's rabbit hopping." Is there a place that he knows to go to that's familiar, and which is like the baseball field?
Yeah, or school or whatever, isn't it? Yeah, it's a school field.
Yeah, so he goes there, and then that's when he meets that dog, like a friendly little dog.
Yeah,
but then out behind him comes the big predator dog.
So we must have missed.
We've missed a little bit where we see through the helmet, and you see. Like a wireframe video of them injecting another predator in the head, making the super predator.
Oh, and that's what he sees.
Yeah, and then
he puts the helmet on. Yeah.
Then after that, we get the super predator landing and letting the dogs out, because he gives him the predator's thing to sniff. And he lets them loose, and this is them dogs now that have turned up.
Yeah, that's the one.
But then they all turn up basically and have a bit of a firefight.
Mm-hmm.
With loads of guns. I don't know where they've got it from, because Nebraska's in the police car, but he's got a grenade launcher.
Yeah, I like the thing where he just decides to dive past everyone's line of fire.
Oh, that's great.
By sliding up, he's like, watch out!
Well, the first thing he does is he pulls him in the police car, jumps out the door, and lets the guy go.
Yeah, I was like, where's the advantage?
But it's shot really well, because the camera keeps everything runs past the camera, and then he just dives over the bonnet of the RV.
It's quite nice. It's very slick, that little scene. I quite enjoyed that because everyone's toting at this point. Even the scientist is wielding.
Oh,
something.
she's got something, yeah. But it's and then because they're blasting grenades everywhere, and then Quinn jumps off into the pit. What are they called? The bleachers? Is that what they're called? The steps.
Yes, yeah, bleachers, yeah. And
he puts it's not very good CGI. I have to point that out. No. He puts the grenade launcher in its mouth, blows a grenade, and it explodes.
Well, no, he pulls it. Nothing happens. So then he runs out from underneath the bleachers, and then the dog jumps over him. And then goes
in slow motion CG. Yeah. But then the other dog is kind of limping around, and then Nebraska comes up and he's got a bolt gun.
Yeah, I don't know where
it's one of the ones that you put a banger in and the peg flies out to kill cattle, and he shoots it in the eye. He's like, hey, pff. And he's just like, oh.
Yeah.
And he just kind of skulks off.
Yeah.
And they just leave it.
Yeah, he immediately just walks off, and I don't know why at that point they don't continue to fight it. They're just like, yeah, well, it's walking away.
Well, maybe that'll come into play later.
Walk away.
Just walk away. I'll shoot a dog in the face and walk away. The theatre. Then what happens? Does the what's his name now? Does Traeger turn up at this point? Oh no, that's right. They all run inside the school, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Because the predator's
there.
And the little kid's like, why don't we just give him what he wants? And the little kid's he takes the CPU, whatever it is, out of the gauntlet that he's wearing, and gives it to Quinn. And he's like, oh, so that's all that is.
Yeah.
And they think they're being stalked by the normal predator. They can see it stomping around.
Yeah.
And it kind of, because they see it outside the window, and then turns around, the predator's there.
Yeah, and the predator grabs him.
Grabs Quinn and smashes him up the wall. And he's like, I've got your little thing you want.
Yeah, so he gives it to him. And again, it's one of those things that, I have to try and illustrate it like that. I noticed it earlier in the film as well. It's kind of like another movie scene. It's like the feet, the hands. The gloves are too big for the actor. He can't do this.
Everything grabs.
So it's like that.
Yeah.
With weird, awkward, this hand's not really my hands.
But
so he grabs the data chip and somehow...
Yeah, and the ends of his fingers fold around his hand. Like he's trying to roll marbles.
Yeah, like I can't do that because it'll break the glove.
Yeah. That's the way it was in the old ones, though. There's no articulation in the ends of those fingers.
I know, but why? Like when you look at some CGI stuff and the way that they have, like, the stilt things, that means that the actor's legs can actually be like fawn-like and weird and like da-da-da.
Yeah.
If you can do that, surely you can just put something on that when I click it with that, it just extends the rest of it properly.
Well, all you need is just a little bit there, and it's going to fold. Yeah, but I mean, that's how it was in the old ones. They left it in for good measure. Don't mind it.
Fair enough.
But it don't matter, because what happens now is he like,
turns into Michael Caine.
I'll let Quinn go, but all of a sudden, straight through the window, big predator pulls him out.
That's it. Yeah.
Throws him to the ground.
Yeah.
I think this is where we see, because this is the first time we see. Did they have a name for it, or is it just the new?
He's just a big fucking.
He's just a big predator, but then you kind of see. He's got this sort of evolving inner exoskeleton, and he kind of armors up.
I didn't see any evidence of that.
Well, no, you see, he kind of goes.
I didn't actually see it.
He's basically got an Iron Man suit.
Has he?
Everyone's got an Iron Man suit. Because you just see it kind of ripple upwards.
Because this is the thing, is that I must have like literally blinked when that happened then, because I heard her say later in the film he's got an exoskeleton under his skin.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, how do you know then? How can you even see that?
And that's not an exoskeleton, that's a skeleton.
That's just a skeleton. What are you talking about? Like, so at that point I was like, well, I see no evidence, because
you do kind of see it
compared to normal Predator, this guy's basically a nudist. Like, he's got like a belt, but it just looks like... It didn't look like he had anything on to him. So I was like, well, I don't get it.
I think like his skin's meant to be scales, and it looks like they just flip a little bit.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right.
Now I'm a robot.
Right, well, that's gay. I didn't see that.
So, yeah, he has like he kind of fights with the other Predator. The other Predator goes for him, and did he cut his arm off? I can't remember. But he slams it onto a big car.
Yeah.
But the entourage who are watching heroes.
Well, they're like, let them fight it out.
Yeah, it's like, well, they're not interested in us. And then they all pack in the bus and piss off.
Mm-hmm.
And then he rips the Predator's head off.
Yeah.
With spine attached, because you've got a spinal column.
Yeah, well, he takes his mask off first.
Yeah.
And then he rips his head off. Because
right.
I thought there was going to be some semblance to that. I thought he was going to look for something, but he didn't. Like, I thought he was going to look through the mask.
Yeah, that would have been a smart move.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
No. But then they go away in the bus.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, they just see the Predator, the big Predator, just like walking around the street. No,
he kind of just walks, like, he tracks the bus and walks, as they do in the movies, walks centre of the middle of the road so you can get a shot of him in the rear views, and he just watches the bus drive the fuck off. That is it. Yeah.
Well, he probably couldn't afford a ticket.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. And then they just go to like a farmhouse, don't they? They go into the barn after this. That's where they all kind of rally to.
A barn? Shit.
They're out in the woods, aren't they? There's like a barn or something there.
I'm trying to remember.
Because it's
I know. Well, I thought they were still in their.
They go in the RV
right.
and they go to like the woods somewhere.
You are right.
Like one of their retreats. I don't know.
Somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's where Nebraska's smoking next to Rory, and he's like, stub that out.
Yeah.
And then this is just like a character building dialogue bit, I think.
Yeah, I quite like that because there is a bit where I guess he comes over to have a deeper meaningful with his son, and Nebraska's then he's kind of like, well, fuck this, I'm off.
I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, this is awkward.
But that's when he's like, oh, Mum says you're a killer.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm in the army. He's like, what's the difference? He's like, well, if you enjoy it, you're a killer.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
I guess that's
excuses.
That's a very thin definition, but okay.
Yeah, and then I can't remember what else happens there until the guys turn up.
Well, that's it. They're all.
Oh, the dog turns up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You find out that dog's been following them.
Mm-hmm. Because Jesus Freak turns up with it.
Yeah.
And he's like, right, hear me out.
Like, no, you had your chance to kill it.
Yeah. And then we're like, oh, what the fuck?
And then Casey comes in and he's like, new rule, no one kills my fucking dog.
Yeah. Because she wants to keep it, isn't it?
Yeah, and then that's at that point the helicopter comes in and it's Traeger.
What I quite like at that point is that main guy,
Quinn
makes a little joke at that point to Nebraska and says, I guess you just shit at shooting stuff in the head, right? So I was like, because he tried to...
Yeah. I didn't pick up on that. That's quite...
Yeah, it was at that point I was like, okay.
Writing.
He might have said that at the football field, I'm not too sure.
Maybe.
But I'm sure that happens somewhere.
But yeah, they see the helicopter coming in and Casey wants the dog to get out of sight. So she picks up a grenade and he's like, oh, go fetch.
Yeah.
Throws a grenade so it goes away.
Yeah.
And this is where Traeger and everyone comes out. Basically, they don't shoot on them, do they?
Somehow we've missed a scene then. Because,
have we?
Yeah. So in between them driving away from the Predator, we've got back to his wife's house, who is now being invaded by this bad guy. And they're like, "Where's your son's shit? Where's let's have a look through his stuff." And they find that he's got that stuff set up. Well, maybe they don't go downstairs.
They do go down. Oh no, because the big fucking Predator turns up.
He finds all that.
Yeah, no, because
they must see it.
Quinn rings in and she's like, "Have you got Rory?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "I'll just be safe." And she puts the phone in the sink and wets it.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, you fucked with the wrong family."
Yeah.
That's when that happens.
That's
and then
when the horrible line comes.
Then all the guys are downstairs looking through the kids' stuff.
And then goes down and
he's like, "No,
it's an invasion of privacy."
Yeah, and then the big Predator just bursts through the ceiling.
Just turns up because again somehow he's motion. You see a shot of him motion tracked outside because he can see people with guns or something. You get a shot of outside.
Well, he's got the heat vision, hasn't he?
Yeah, because somehow he figures out where the house is.
It's because he looked through the helmet and that's when he saw the kid, and he looked up and that's where he saw the address.
Oh, yeah.
So
he's the So he's the Predator that tracked him to the house.
Yeah, and he's got the translator, which has done all the Google mapping. But that's when we get the cool scene of him killing that guy. And he just holds in there. He's like, shink, 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 shink. So yeah, that'll do it.
This is where I got some actual scale on him, though. I realised.
Yeah, he was big.
Well, he's taller than the actual.
Because he's skulking around. Whether it's just
bit of a CGI issue, but
he's a very CGI heavy Predator.
Because some parts looked like genuinely like big dude in a suit. And I was like, okay. That bit obviously was a bit too CG heavy.
Too CG. But
he legs it upstairs. Out the way, so the mum gets the fuck out of the way.
Emily,
that's it. She scarpers upstairs.
He finds something which he translates. I can't remember what it is. It's probably like an address to the barn house. It's something. Or it's like a postcard.
I don't know how the hell.
Because you see him doing it. It's like maybe you wrote down exactly where he was going. I can't remember. Or
unless he kind of don't know because the kids haven't been back home. So that's what I mean. Like he doesn't know where they've gone.
Is it like a child's drawing? But he finds something.
He's got the. Yeah, he's got on his desktop. It still shows the stuff that Rory's been hacking away at. It's still got that, so that's what he's looking at. And what he sees is that the data that Rory's got, he's actually mapped out the position of the ship that he's looking for. So Big Predator sees that and goes, and then he fucks off. Because I guess that the thing there that needs to be mentioned is that I don't know whether that comes through to the next scene. What they're talking about is the ship that the Predator, the original Predator in the movie, crash landed in. Not his escape pod, which the government definitely have, but the actual ship went down somewhere. Is a mystery, and that's what the government and the big Predator are looking for.
I can't remember how they get to find out where Quinn is though, because they all turn up in the helicopter.
Yeah, basically they've still managed
Did they probably
track
them through something they've got? Probably. I can't remember.
They figure it out. Yeah.
But yeah, so they turn up and they get the drop on them because they've basically got Quinn, and the scientist lady. What's her name now? Casey. They've got them sort of. Oh no, that's it. Because he sends off the Nettles and Baxley to go and steal a helicopter.
Oh yes.
He's like, we need a helicopter and a load of ammunition.
We need to get out of it. Yeah.
So they're gone, and I think it's just there's only a few of them left that are hanging around. And yeah, so these guys basically get the drop of them and kidnap them.
Yeah. And
they're kind of interrogating Quinn and Casey.
Everyone's separated out. Yeah, they're all sort of tied up and that.
Yeah, so and they're interrogating Rory, the little boy.
Yeah.
Because that's right. Because he's drawing a map on some paper. And he's like, "What are you drawing there?" He's like, "A map."
Yeah.
Oh, because that's what creepy little kids do.
Glad you're so honest.
Yeah. So basically, they know where the ship's going to be.
So they know what's going on.
And then we see Quinn sees them going away in a helicopter. He's like, "You made me lie to my son." Yeah. He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I am going to enjoy this." And he gets a drop on them. He turns around and gets the gun off him. Does like a kick flip.
Yeah, kills.
Shoots the other guy. And then he goes to save Nebraska, who's been held up.
What I quite like is, because they've been given the order to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "What do you want to do tomorrow? Play golf?" Didn't he say something that I can't remember?
Guys.
I can't remember what he says, but it's something like, "You guys knew," not new, but it's something like that.
Mm.
And they're like, "What fucking why?" He's like, "Because you're making plans for tomorrow."
Oh yeah,
like yeah,
you guys stupid. I can't remember something like that.
Yeah,
or you haven't done this before.
Yeah,
you haven't met me. Something like
you
that.
haven't met me or something like that.
But yeah, then he saves Nebraska, and he kind of beats the shit out of the guard who was holding him. He's like, "What do you want to do with this guy?"
And he just puts his face through a plank of
wood.
wood.
Yeah, like, that was a stupid question, wasn't it? He was like, "Yeah, it was a really stupid question."
But again, another example of the
good bit of banter.
Realistic-y, banty kind of. Yeah, it's quite well structured, the dialogue between those characters, because it does seem quite natural. And that's another clip of that.
And then we go to Casey, who's strapped to a chair, and the guard who's looking after her is like, he gets the call basically to shoot her.
Yeah,
and he doesn't do it straight away. He walks up slowly and then puts the gun.
Yeah.
But then we get the dog come in, who just coughs up the grenade that she happened to feed it like earlier on.
To throw it, yeah. And
I think he just turns around and she like clobbers him on with the chair, which is handcuffed to.
She turns around and obviously he turns around and shoots the dog a couple of times. The dog's just like, "Oh, dude."
Yeah. That dog has the worst look in the whole movie.
Ow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And then she kind of, because she's only handcuffed to the back of a chair.
Yeah.
I think she clobbers him on with it, and then she gets the grenade, pulls the pin, and puts it down his backpack. Goes to jump off the balcony, but the chair's
stuck with the chair. Yeah.
And it just all blows up.
Yes. Freeing her from the chair.
Yeah. I hope but the dog gets out. We don't see it, but
the dog definitely gets out, because we do see it later in the film.
We do, but I was like, "Oh, dude, that dog again."
Now
we're going to get blown up.
Yeah, but he was clearly like, "Fuck this." He's like, legged it.
With his one eye.
Yeah. No.
But she breaks free, and I think Quinn and Nebraska, they kind of come to her aid. Yeah. And he's like, what did he say?
What was the fucking explosion about?
I know, he's like, he says like, it's quite a funny line, but he's like, how would you like a nice pint of get the fuck out of here, or something like that.
Oh, can I interest you in,
That's it, can I interest you in getting the fuck out of here, or something like that. But they walk outside, and that's when we see the
helicopter arrive.
With the twin weather girls on the side. That made me laugh.
It did. It got laughs from the 5 people in that audience.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got like Mary Kate and Ashley on the side.
Well, something like that. Yeah. And it was it got a laugh because it was clearly just out of context.
Yeah.
You know, they're big strapping army lads in the Channel 5 Weather Girls helicopter.
I like that.
Yeah.
Really good.
Again, it got a cheap, easy laugh. I liked it.
And then they start tracking the dog, so they're just following the dog.
They're following the dog because they realise it, for some reason,
it knows
now must be going back home.
It's going back to that ship. Yeah. So we're at the crash base, aren't we? I think. And it's what's his name? I always forget. Traeger. He's got the kid. And that's what's he say to him at this point? He's like, he gives him a double negative, doesn't he?
Oh yeah. Well, no, he says.
Oh, it's reverse psychology.
It's reverse psychology, because they get to it and he's like, "You know what? I don't know if you're going to be able to open that." And the kid says, "Oh yeah, reverse psychology. I can do that as well. Don't go fuck yourself." Like, that was good.
It's so good because he actually got the little kid to say it as well. He's like, "Haha, I like you, kid."
Yeah.
But they walk up they've found the spaceship at this point, and they walk up to basically try and get the kid to open the door.
Yeah.
Because no one else could figure it out. Mm-hmm. But then we see that he's got his sniper rifle. He's on a hill. He's watching.
Yeah, well, they're all set up in positions somewhere.
Yeah, they're surrounded this little base area.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, because at this point, he's not wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
He's about to open the door, turns around, he's got the sunglasses on, they go in, sunglasses off.
Yeah.
Just to look
I told
cool.
you, because you even said, why has he got sunglasses on? I went, so he can take them off when he gets inside.
For dramatic effect.
That's all it is.
And you were right.
I was missing the fact that there wasn't anything that was clearly like, like a glowing orb in the centre that he could be like, whoa.
Yeah, it was just
he still did the whole, whoa.
There's nothing in there, it's like, it's a cockpit, yeah.
Fuck this.
Yeah. Don't do these because it's not light.
Yeah, exactly. It is nighttime when we got here, and it was still nighttime.
Yeah. And then they get a call in then that the tripwire's been tripped.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, Daddy's not so clever, is he? A world-class sniper can't get through a tripwire unless he's...
right up in the kid's face at this point.
He's like, unless he's creating a diversion.
Oh shit, he's creating a diversion.
And then...
I like that as well.
Then he just decloaks.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets a drop on... he gets a drop on the other guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you going to do? Kill me with a tranquilizer gun? He's like, yeah. And he shoots him in the eye.
Right in the fucking eye.
Yeah. Ooh. Which I quite liked.
Still don't think it'd kill him instantly.
It went into his brain.
It's one of those movie things, though. Like like the Force, if it was point blank.
Wait, it was a little dart. It only hit her in the toe and it went for a foot.
Well, yeah, but it's designed to pierce the skin. So what I'm saying is, it would be like having a needle in the eye.
Yeah, it would just... It was like Bottom when Eddie throws the dart into Richie's eye.
Yeah, like, oh! Yeah, but that's what I mean. It would have been at least 5 to... Well, no, more than 5. Like 20 minutes of him going, oh my fucking eye! Like, just
why?
Who throws a shoe?
But it is a... Again.
Yeah.
But it is a trank dart, so it would have just put him to sleep.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, fair play. Maybe he's not dead.
Well, he will because he blows away. But regardless, he takes Traeger hostage, walks outside.
Yeah.
And that's where we've got...
I'm sure the kid makes... There's another joke there because
he's like...
he says, come outside with me and no one needs to get killed. And he's like, but Dad, he's like, from now on.
From now on, yeah.
No one's...
But then we've got Alfie Allen Lynch. He's up. He's sniping up in the hill somewhere. And then we've got Nebraska. He's like sat around. And then we got what are the names? Coyle and Baxley.
and then Jesus
they're off doing
somewhere.
something else.
They're all in their own little positions.
Yeah. But he's holding Nebraska hostage. Not Nebraska. Traeger. Quinn is holding Traeger hostage, walking down the ramp to the spaceship.
Yeah.
I think he says, you know what to tell them. And he goes, if he doesn't let me go in 10 seconds, shoot the kid's kneecaps out.
Yeah.
That was a bad move.
Fucking brilliant, though. I was like, why not?
But then he's like, turn! Nah.
Yeah, he starts counting.
But they get interrupted because Lynch gets lynched by the big predator.
He does. I mean, I don't know I think whether he's about to take a shot or whether he's about to do something, because he sort of turns around and I don't know why he'd be like, oh my god! But he does, and then that arm goes...
Jazz hands, yeah.
Twink.
Yeah, and
So then he must fire a shot off.
He gets a flare gun and blasts the flare out.
Yeah.
And then you just hear him screaming from the rafters.
Yeah.
And then I think it just... Oh yeah, then at that point, Quinn's distracted. Yeah. So Traeger just like knees him in the
and legs
stomach.
it towards
And then,
his squad.
Then there's a firefight that ensues.
Firefight.
Everyone starts getting shot up.
Yeah.
And I think Baxley and Coyle kind of take out a few guards. And he's like, welcome back. He's like, I was never gone.
Yeah.
Which I didn't understand.
Yeah. I was here
the whole time. Because I think earlier on you see Coyle having a panic attack. He's like, oh, he does this sometime. But it's alluded to at some point that they're boyfriends.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Yeah.
Which I think kind of comes into play later on. Yeah. A little bit.
Well, ish, yeah.
But then we see, there's a bit of a firefight going on, and then the big predator turns up.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's the bit, though. Because he says, why is he going to take care of him? And he says something about he was the other survivor. So that's when it ties it together that's how close their bond is.
Yeah.
Because they keep saying, oh, they're really tight. You know, even though he rips on him the entire time, it's kind of like that's their friendship.
Yeah, they're like the hairy bikers. They secretly love each other.
Exactly.
But then the predator turns up and starts killing people. He throws one guy onto the electric fence, which is just hilarious.
Yeah.
And he's...
well, the electric fence in itself was hilarious.
Yeah, because the guy puts 2 car battery wires on it. He's like...
But I was like, but there's a sign there that already says electric fence. That's not how electric fences work.
Maybe he put the sign there first because he just didn't want anyone to touch it until the electric...
Barrett, I'm putting this there for you. Yeah. Don't you forget again.
Yeah. Wet floor over there. Caution.
Yeah. He's just that guy.
And then we see a little...
These bullets could kill you. Barry, put that down.
It's always Barry in it. Bloody Barry.
Yeah.
And then Barry's driving the Jeep, which comes in. There's like a little truck full of 4 men, and the Predator just fires like a cheese wire thing.
Yeah.
All 4 heads cut straight off.
Oh, it was great, wasn't it? Yeah.
Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum.
Yeah. So they realise they're taking heavy losses at this point.
I think they just kind of try and hide, and they cease fire once the Predator does its thing and it walks into its ship.
Well, that's it. And I think at that point there's an exchange between the two groups now, and they basically say like, "Shoot! Shall we stop shooting each other and shoot that?" And they're kind of like, "Yeah, okay,
probably,
yeah, probably."
Then they realise that they're beat and they can't really attack it, so they all just kind of hunker down behind vehicles.
Yeah.
And then it slowly walks off into its ship.
Yeah.
At this point, and he's like, it's Traeger that goes, "Let's think about this. You're outnumbered 7-6," and then Nebraska just shoots one in the head. He's like, "You're not the only one that can be a snapper, white boy." And he's like, "Oh fuck."
Like, okay.
Yeah.
So that's when they parlay.
They join forces.
Yeah.
He's like, "When this is over, me and you're gonna dance. I've already picked my favourite shoes."
I like that.
That was cool. So
Nice little dialogue.
They kind of arms up.
Mm-hmm.
Arms up. No, they arm themselves with guns. And the dog turns up.
Yeah.
So again, don't shoot the dog, but then she gets like some sort of weapon and throws it in the back of a van to trap it in there.
Yeah.
And then shuts him in. It's like that was a high grade alien weapon.
No,
and she's like, eh.
Yeah, it could have been really useful or something like that. And she's like, nah, whatever.
Yeah, who cares?
No.
And then they all. Oh, that's then that. This is the point where the Predator speaks in his translated language.
That's it. He broadcasts through the tannoy.
He's like, because he's got his little machine that's.
Attention, shoppers.
Cashier number 2, please.
Yeah. Good morning. Come to the checkouts, please. Morning. Checkout number 3.
The store is now closing.
Yeah.
But no, he's like, what does he say? He says, "I've enjoyed watching you all kill each other."
Yeah. It's quite funny dialogue.
Yeah. But he's like, "I'm here for the one who's the most powerful out of all of you, McKenna.
The most powerful warrior, it says. Yeah.
He will be my prize. I'm going to give you a head start."
Yeah.
And it comes up with
I'm going to give you time advantage, it says.
Yeah. He's like, what does that mean, head start?
Obviously, time advantage.
And then we see there's 7 minutes 31 seconds.
Yeah. Specific.
Yeah, and then it starts counting down, and they basically run away.
Mm.
And as
they do, they load up into various vehicles. Yeah. Well, no, they try to, but they're all dead, aren't they? So one of the guys says, woods, "Right, don't we all split up? And like we'll go." It says something. There's 12 of us. We go 12 directions. You'll never know. And he's like, "No, Dick, we stay together.
Yeah,
otherwise,
that's a really fucking stupid idea." Yeah. Because
he'll pick it up one by
again,
one.
logical bants.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I said bants.
I
know. But yeah, they're all run off into the woods, and then we see the clock. It's like 2 minutes now, and the Predator leaves the ship and presses a button, blows it up, blows it to high heaven,
and we get another shot of this spurious escape pod or something. We see it like once or twice in the film, and the camera just pans to what looks like just a door of the spaceship. It seems out of context, but when you see it's what was. I think we must have missed a bit of dialogue somewhere. Where it was where they're all getting interrogated in the farmhouse.
Okay.
And the main bad guy says to the scientist, he's talking to her, and she's like, "Oh, well, tell me how to help." And he goes, "Shut the fuck up."
That's right.
And then basically says to her the plot of the film. He's like, "There's something in that ship that the original one had. He's a traitor. He's pissed that one off."
Yeah.
He says whatever he's got is some kind of weapon.
Because they're explaining why he's a super predator. They're basically taking spinal fluid, which is like the DNA from the most powerful entities, and they're basically using it to make the perfect DNA to make a super predator.
That's it, because they say right at the start of the film, we found out that the predator has human DNA, and that's why they say she's there. She says, "Why am I here?" And they all look at her, and she's like, "You want to know if a human fucked one of these things?" And they're like, Yeah,
pretty much, yeah.
That's because she's got the spinal fluid, which is what she stole from earlier.
That's right.
And she says, they're doing this infusion thing, and it kind of makes sense when
it does make sense. That's why they steal spinal columns. That's
why they always rip the backs, the spine out.
And then he says, how long do you think this planet's got left with global warming? One, maybe 2 generations. They're getting the DNA before our planet's fucked, basically.
Yeah, so they can learn to adapt and then come in and live here.
Instead. They're gonna terraform and live here.
Yeah.
And this predator basically came to help.
Yeah.
And what he's got can stop that from happening.
That's it.
To stop the predator.
So that's why we know why we're all here, and that's why when he blows up the ship, we get that shot just before of this thing that must be in there. What looks like an escape pod, essentially.
I didn't
arbitrary. Remember this?
I didn't pick up on that, but I know it's at the end. So
they made that was a blatant shot. Like, remember this?
Remember,
and then they blew up the ship.
So they're off into the trees, and this is where we go into the final act. So the ship's blown up. They're all run away. I think this is where we see... Oh, I forgot their names now. It's Baxley and Coyle. And they've been off setting C4, I think.
Setting traps, doing something.
Setting traps. I completely forgot a line from right at the beginning where the scientist first sees the Predator and she goes, "You beautiful motherfucker."
Yeah.
So that's a callback, obviously.
Yeah, we get 2 of those.
But yeah, so we've got our main cast, we've got our main bad guy, Traeger, and then we've got all these throwaway guards.
Yeah.
They're just like in generic uniforms. You're like, they're going to die first.
Obviously. Yeah.
So we get a shot of... I think the Predator kind of comes in, and they're going to... That's it. They know it's in the trees because it shoots one guy into pieces, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It blasts this thing, the hook off his hand.
It uses the thermal vision as well. It can see where everyone is, and it kind of quite like it because it kind of laughs. It's like, oh god, like you're not doing very well.
Oh, silly boots.
You're the equivalent of hiding behind the curtain with your feet poking out. Like,
We've all done it when we were little.
Yeah, no,
just the way it is. Yeah. But yeah, so one of them guys gets taken down. I think. That's it. Because at this point we've got Traeger's got the shoulder cannon. He's took the shoulder cannon from the Predator, so one guy gets blasted in half with the hook.
Yeah.
And then another guy just gets strung up on the tree, and then Traeger goes on. Some reason he's on his back, isn't he? Looking up, and then the Predator's just eating his face.
Oh yeah, that was a bit weird. Yeah, he falls backwards and he's giving it that. Yeah,
he's giving it the gun upwards.
It kind of maniacally eats the guy's face and looks at him like, you.
I've never seen you've never seen the Predator bite someone before. He does it at the beginning when he breaks loose. That's right. He bites the guy's arm off.
He bites the guy's arm. It's only twice. Obviously in this one film, but the only 2 times ever in Predator history I've seen him use the jaws as a weapon. But
Yeah, he bites and then you see him activate the little shoulder cannon. Traeger does and shoots up into the...
He shoots into the trees.
Yeah, he misses, obviously.
Obviously.
And then they all run... I think they all run back and they're going to lure him more into a trap.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we get Baxley and Coyle. And they're like, you guys go, we'll lure him in. And he's like... and they walk off and he's like, can I have a word with you?
Yeah.
What's this wee bullshit?
Yeah.
So that was quite good.
Yeah.
And that's when we see the C4 traps on the trees.
Of course, yeah.
And do they... I can't remember how it happens now. I think the Predator comes in again.
Oh, that's obviously he makes a second pass.
Yeah, no, because
he's stalking into the area because they're running around shooting wildly. And
that's
like,
right.
Fuck you, Predator!
They're all hiding behind trees, and you see him walk in,
ambush.
and he's like, "Now," and he presses the button, and it sets him on fire.
Yeah,
doesn't it? And that's when Baxley jumps in with a knife for some reason.
I don't know why he chose to do that.
Tourette's guy does, and he jumps on him and he starts slashing him.
Yeah.
And then he sets on fire, of course, as he does. And they're all lighting him up, and then the Predator just throws him into a tree up in the rafters onto a branch.
That's it. He gets
impaled on a branch completely.
Yeah.
And then Coyle
sees that and then decides he's gonna avenge and runs in and starts.
Runs in.
Yeah.
Just slashes his guts clean out.
Yeah.
Which he just stood there like, bro.
Yeah.
He's like,
that was a nice
shit.
Yeah.
And he like slumps near a tree.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they do something at that point to get the. Oh no! Just after that, that's when Traeger just looks to the left and then blows his own head off.
Blows his own head off.
That's great.
Like, what?
He's meant to be like the nemesis. He's like.
Yeah, it was nice that there was no build up to his death. It was just an accidental.
Yeah.
He even killed himself. Like,
That was good though. It's like
it made me laugh.
Yeah. Didn't make a big deal of it. He just blew his own head off.
Yeah.
But then the Predator, he just runs off at that point. Oh no, that's
because we've got.
They get the drop on him because they does something because he falls off into the water. He falls off the little cliff, doesn't he?
Main guy runs up and shoulder barges him off.
Yeah, they do something to stagger him, and then he kind of goes, and he goes.
The scientist turns up out of nowhere because she was cloaked.
That's later on.
Is it? I thought that was.
That's right at the end. No. Oh no, because at this point, he drops it. Because the Predator takes the kid.
Yeah.
At this point.
Okay.
So he drops the little Malteser, the cloaking Malteser.
Yeah.
Predator takes the kid, runs off.
Yeah.
And then we get the shot of it's Baxley, or he's up in the tree, and it's Coyle on the floor, and it's like a nice little shot. He's up in the top left corner, he's at the bottom right, and they're looking at each other.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, they do love each other.
It's a little bit too tender, but isn't it? It's like classical painting kind of thing. It's almost like the
the and they both pull out their gun and they're like, yeah, okay, and they both shoot each other in the head.
Each other, yeah. Suicide, fine.
At the same time, yeah.
Fair enough.
Good way for them to go.
Yeah. Nice ending.
But we see the Predator and he's got Rory and he throws him into a pod on the ship. He's like, you stay there, you little shithead.
Yeah. But I love that though because that was a a good line is he picks him up, and as he's walking up, he's like, "I fucking hate you."
He's like, no, let me down here.
That was quite funny because he did swear, so I don't know why.
Yeah, they made that kid swear a lot.
Yeah, get your money's worth. If you're paying him to swear once, you might as well do it the whole way through.
And I think that so now all we've got who's alive is we've got Quinn, Nebraska, and Nettles.
Yeah.
Oh, and the scientist lady, but she gets a smacked in the head, so she's down and out for the time being. But they run up into they're up in the trees at this point on the mountainside or whatever.
Of course, yeah.
But they see the ship taking off.
The ship's taking off from below somehow.
And he's like, I'm going to run and jump really far down and not wait for it to get higher, but land on the ship.
I'm going roof surfing, don't try and stop me.
So he jumps about a mile down, lands on the ship perfectly, and the other guy's like, you ready? He's like, bruh, and just pushes him down.
The other guy, he pushes Nettles off.
Then he jumps as a dive, so he's going to land on his chest.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to hurt. But again, they've all chosen to jump onto a big dome-shaped thing. So
they're going to slide.
Yeah.
But he's like, let's take it down, and they just start shooting the metal. It's like, bullets clearly don't hurt the Predator.
It's not going to take it down. Right?
The ship is going to be more strong than...
Yeah, it's made for space travel.
Yeah.
I don't think that, a couple of tin bullets are going to fucking...
No, that's it. I mean, they give it a blasting anyway, and...
it does nothing.
Then we get Casey turns up with her M4 with a grenade launcher in, and she blasts it and seems to do some damage.
I think she hits an engine somehow. She manages to hit a turbine.
Yeah,
one of the
because at this point, because the cloak isn't at this point, and then the Predator's like, okay, the ship's fucked, and
well, it's starting at this point. It does the whole listing thing, and they're doing the whole we're falling and human chain. Whoa.
One of us holds on, and we go. Lots of back and forth.
That spiel.
But then they kind of they stabilise, and the Predator's like, well, I'm going to put that shield on now because she keeps throwing grenades at me.
So he activates the force shield,
which slowly builds, and he's like, something's coming, but it's kind of like it's about 2 foot off the ship. Yeah. So Quinn dives underneath it, and Nebraska jumps
and lands on top of it,
and
Nettles is just confused by it and starts shooting.
He tries to shoot it, and then it just cuts his ankles clean off, and he slides back. Woo!
Yeah, he was never hanging on to his own blood. He ruined that situation.
Off he goes.
He's gone.
And then they just take off then at that point. And I couldn't tell at this point because he looks like Nebraska's in pain. I thought they got up into the hemisphere and he couldn't breathe or something.
I don't know. I think he was just kind of panicking at that point or something. He was a bit like, oh, what the fuck?
Because Quinn's directly
and
below him.
And he would have been winded again from landing directly like that for the second time in a row. And it's way too tender. Because basically they're directly opposite each other then.
It's the Armageddon scene of, I love you, Harry! But then Nebraska sees one of the engines, he's like, ha-ha!
Yeah, and then he flips him off.
Yeah, he flips him off and jumps straight into the engine and goes...
Yeah, which does the job intended.
It looked cool because he just bangs around it and then bang, blows up, then they crash land. I don't know.
It starts listing downwards at that point. And at this point, I quite liked it
because he's
on top of the ship, and then he's like, "Well, I've got to get in the ship somehow." And he's kind of like, "Well, fuck it, I'll use the barrier." So he actually just jumps on the barrier and uses it as a slide.
That's it, because he slides down the front, but then he's on the bottom barrier and just goes, "Whoa, hey!"
Yeah, so he just goes
wacky warehouse
into the door. Yeah,
and then crashes into a door. Where he sees...
Which he somehow opens, which is the bit where I was like, that's bullshit.
Oh, yeah, because he's like, I have to do that now.
No.
No,
you do not, sir.
Then he goes to shoot... then he goes to shoot the Predator, which I don't know why, especially with a handgun.
Yeah, it kind of misses as well. Or maybe he hits him, he's another bullet retardant character, isn't he?
Yeah, maybe. But then the Predator shoots a big line out, which hooks him to the ceiling.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, no, he's like, and he's, now you're up. Yeah.
What? Okay. Physics be damned.
But then he just shoots, even though it's a ceiling grate which has got holes in. He shoots through a hole and
again,
the whole grate falls down.
This 3 shots and a perfect square comes out.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Well, he's a very good sniper, who's been established.
Yeah, but with 3 now.
Can't remember at this point if
the whole thing is just listing. The kid, I don't know, is in the pod. So
he's safe in the pod.
In there.
Because then he flies out the door. No, the kid brings the shield down, I think, or something. The kid's tinkering somehow at this point. He's got something. He's piddling around.
He must be doing...
because the door comes off, I think.
Maybe. I can't remember. But there's a lot of that. But basically, the door comes off. He ends up doing the whole falling out, but getting clinged on by this bit of square that doesn't fit through the circular door.
And he's just bouncing through the treetops.
He's just dangling along as they go. Yeah, that's it.
But that crash lands, he falls free.
And then, same scenario, but with tree branches, it stops him hitting the floor because of the big weight around his legs.
So that crash lands, and then...
He's dangling from the canopy, but assumably it just
Oh,
breaks,
it just
snaps
breaks.
and
He just falls and he's free now, and then he
Yeah.
gets up and they're by a little creek now, I think.
That's it.
And then
so
the-
the
yeah,
Predator
so-
comes out of the spaceship, and then they start having a bit of a brawl. Then
Yeah, because he kind of sneaks up on him and he manages to shoot one of his face talons off.
Yeah.
And the Predator's like, oh,
come on,
all them bullets before, and no one shot me here.
Yeah.
It's the whole RoboCop thing of being he gets shot loads of times, but no one shoots him in the chin.
yeah,
But he kind of breaks one off,
yeah,
and then he kind of gets a drop on him. But then this is where Casey uncloaks.
that's it, and appears above him and sort of drops onto his head and shoots him.
He keeps shooting him in the top of the head. Yeah, that was quite cool.
because he then shakes her off and goes, oh,
Yeah.
like ow, got a headache now. Yeah,
But then the Predator's like, oh, just goes and leans on the ship like that.
yeah, like,
With
God
one
damn
arm
it.
on the ship,
God
and
damn
then
it,
the kid's inside, and he puts the
He reactivates the cloak. or
yeah,
whatever.
which cuts the Predator's arm off, which is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And then plot convenient dog turns back up, and again throws up the awesome weapon that she threw for it again. He's
Yeah.
like, ah.
What did that turn out to be?
I don't know. It's something that doesn't it?
I don't think it has any interaction.
Because he goes, I'll throw it, and he throws it to him. Or does he put it on the Predator? Because he jumps into the lake and he gets the Predator's arm,
yeah,
and he shoots the Predator with that. But then it blows up massively because he shoots it with a hook. So it must have been something they threw on the Predator, like some sort of detonator.
I think it was like like a warhead arrow tip, something like that, an explosive bolt.
One of those things, yeah. But anyway, yeah, that blows the Predator completely. Well, it just makes him a quadriplegic. Yeah, he's fucked basically. He's just on the floor with no arms and legs,
Yeah.
giving it the old squiggle around. But then he just walks up and he goes, "What the fuck are you?" No, what he says, "What are you?"
And it goes to speak, and he just shoots.
He
it
goes,
right
"Shut
in
the fuck
face.
up," and he shoots it in the face a few times. He's like, "Ah, cool."
Cool story, bro.
And that's kind of the end of the Big Predator.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just cuts there straight to the future, and they're in the science lab again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's got his military beret on. I don't know if he's getting an award or something.
It's like a little bit of corridor walking, isn't
Yeah.
it? And he's talking to whoever the commanding officer is or whatever.
It's not Jake Busey, is it?
It's not. No. He's gone. We only saw him once in that film.
It's a Chinese guy.
It's a Chinese guy, and he's like, "Oh, I hear what you're doing here is good work." And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Your son loves it here.
Yeah,
he's the best student ever. He loves it."
He just kind of leans back from a desk. He's like, "Look at this, Dad."
Yeah.
It's like, "You got your own desk. I'll tell your mother."
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently they've employed this 14-year. Well, no, he's about 11, isn't he? Whatever.
Well, whatever he is, he's a goddamn genius. He's the only one that can understand and has decoded their language. So yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah, that's about it. And they walk into this big room, and they're kind of like, "What is it?" And they're like, "Do you want to hear the good news?" And he says, "Well, whatever it was that the big Predator came here to get rid of, before he blew up the ship, it ejected.
Ejected, yeah.
It protected itself. It knew it was coming." And it's like, "All right, go and give me all this shit. Just say it ejected." And he's like, "So it's survived?" And they're like, "Well, what is it?" And again they say it's something that will stop the Predators. It's whatever it is the thing that he wanted us to have it.
Yeah.
And it's going to help us take them
And
down.
the visual of this, it looks like a big giant coffin. So you think
a massive
and
sarcophagus.
because the kid decodes it,
Yeah.
and it says, "Oh, it's got a name. It's the Predator Killer."
Yeah.
And you think, and I was like, "Is Schwarzenegger's going to be in there?
It
has to
or
be
Danny Glover.
or Danny Glover. One of them two is being in there because
Yeah.
I know they said that Schwarzenegger's character was never seen again. It's going to be a fucking Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
and it's not. And it clearly, I think it was meant to be something else because when it opens up, it's all sealed off other than a little circle,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, no, for
But
one.
again, it's one of those like, oh, it waited for this guy to turn up before everything went screwy. There's nothing changes. It just goes like, brr, brr,
All the smoke
brr.
comes out.
Yeah.
And it looks shit. It's this metal circle thing. It looks like a Y-wing from Star Wars or something.
Yeah.
And it just attaches.
It's just gloopy, and
It's a metal thing.
it basically latches onto the nearest
Scientist
that's there.
and turns him into this ultimate.
Fucking badass Predator.
Yeah, he looks like an anime mech.
Yeah.
But he's got the dreadlocks.
It's the Iron Man Predator.
Yeah. And these two big, whoop, 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 whoop,
Yeah.
big bazooka guns.
Yeah. Everything.
And then he just retracts and it falls off him. Badong.
And he's like, oh my god,
Are you okay?
I've just been violated.
And then yeah, that's it. So the thing is that he was bringing to kill the other predators was a big predator thing.
Well, it's a suit.
It's a predator suit to be able to become the ultimate predator.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I heard that they changed the ending of this film last minute.
Oh.
So I reckon it was meant to be something to help, because he mentions before like global warming. So I reckon it was some sort of tool to stop it,
Yeah.
or to terraform the planet into usable resources or something like.
Something else. I reckon it was going to be a person.
Yeah. Oh yeah, or a person.
It was definitely a person.
A scientist from the future or something.
Yeah, something like that. Or again, a hybrid. Another. You know,
It was definitely not meant to be that.
well, because I was like, "Why is it going to be a xenomorph?" Because that would have been the best ending if like it kills predators. It comes out and it just goes and it kills everyone and that's it. End of the film.
Or it's just the egg.
Yeah.
And then I would have
Yeah,
I would have been like, what the
"Oh,
fuck? But
no."
like, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
fine.
fair play.
And then it just ends after that.
Yeah,
so
because that would have been the good irony is that.
you need the aliens to kill the predator.
Well, yeah, but not that. But again, they think it's something that could help them, but in the end, it's just going to fucking kill them anyway. So yeah, I mean that would have been a good tie over, but it ends on the cheesiest line.
The closing line, yeah.
Closing line.
What the hell is that?
Dreadful. He's like, I don't know, but I hope it comes into 32 long.
That's my new battle suit. I hope it comes in a 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. End.
Yeah.
And we stayed for a little bit, didn't we?
Well,
To
we
see if
stayed for about 40 seconds.
to see if there was any like post credit.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger just with a cigar.
Just couldn't be bothered. I mean, maybe that's in there.
Yeah. But I mean, as a film, I had very low expectations, and I actually really enjoyed it.
Exceeded it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I mean-
was like, this is going to be so bad, but it was actually all right.
The trailer didn't do it justice. I know. I mean,
Made it look shit.
it is. I mean, it's
trash.
It's not great. It's
No,
trash,
massive
but
trash.
it was perfectly entertaining. Chas. I liked all the characters. I really liked Thomas Jane as an actor. They
Yeah.
could have done without Alfie Allen. He didn't need to be there. He was just there to sell it because he got his penis cut off. But yeah, it was funny. I think it needed to be either pick whether it was going to be a comedy or a horror thriller because it kind of didn't sit well altogether.
No, it would have had to go. It needed to be extreme in some way because the original films, I mean, 2 to a lesser extent.
Two wasn't much comedy.
Well, no, but I mean, in terms of how iconic it is, a lot of people don't like 2. Fair enough. I think it's
I love 2.
enjoyable. I even quite enjoyed
Predators.
Predators was all right, but AVP wasn't too. Oh no, AVP was dog shit. But there was elements of it that I was like, God, okay, it's under the ice, and it gave me.
I know what you mean.
It gave me a little bit more story.
It could have been better.
It could have been better, but it gave me a little bit more story into the world of the alien and the predator. And I was like, okay, I can.
Yeah, and then they show the predator how they help build the pyramids.
Yeah, like
and that's the whole idea.
Like the Queen Alien kind of thing. I was a bit like,
no, it's frozen and we defrost it.
Yeah, okay.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, but otherwise, like some of the other ones haven't been so good. But this one had to be either. We're going to go the route of like things like Alien Covenant and try and make it a much bigger story, try and get that backstory in there, or it's going to be a blatant parody of its original. So that's tongue in cheek. Just fuck it, let's have a laugh.
I like that it didn't. It was just another instalment because they just say, "Oh, he's basically space police."
Yeah.
He went rogue and they hunted him down. That's what it was. It was a coincidental story. Didn't really need the other ones. It's just that's how it happened. Because you could pick it up and not have watched the other Predators.
No.
You wouldn't get the shit one-liners like "Get to the choppers." Which, even as he was saying it, I bet he was like, oh, come on.
At least 4 of us in that theatre went,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the guy next to me went, oh, fucking shit.
Yeah, he did, actually, yeah. But it was quite nice how, when they came back with the choppers, I think a lot of people retracted it, went,
yeah, actually got chopped.
You got that one through.
But yeah, I was a lot more entertained than I thought I expected to be. It was funny. It
was genuinely funny.
The best thing it was a comedy, and I was thinking back to the original Predator, and the first act of that film is a comedy. The like when they spring on them guards, he's like, "Stick around, come with a star," and he just picks up a lorry and lets it off, and it goes down into the whole valley. It's just ridiculous. And the last act in that movie is stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Predator, but the ending of the film is shit, where he basically becomes Bear Grylls.
Now it becomes like an Ewok on Endor, doesn't
he? He makes a bow, he makes a fire. I mean, it's an iconic ending, again, but it's rooted in comedy because it's silly. One ugly motherfucker.
I mean, all you've got really the thing that makes that movie iconic is 2 massive things. One is Arnold Schwarzenegger,
of course,
and the other is just the fact that it was a new creature. It was different. It wasn't your standard dodgy looking alien. It was cool. It had really fucking cool tech. So the thing that made that film was the fact that the Predator was just cool as nuts.
And we didn't say the best line of the film, where he's trying to explain what the Predator is to his wife, and he's like, "It's like a space Whoopi Goldberg." You know Whoopi Goldberg?
Oh my god! Yeah, because luckily he's not the one that says that, because that could have been considered possibly racist. It's
Nebraska,
Michigan. Yeah. But in terms of the fact that I think that's been an in joke for a long time.
Because it's the only person who had dreadlocks at the time.
Basically,
famous
because
dreadlocks.
it's got nothing to do with that. Yeah, any other physical appearance. It's not like it looks like Whoopi Goldberg. It's just, I mean, it was basically her or Bob Marley.
Yeah.
And Bob Marley's too much of a chilled out persona to be linked to that. So it's like, well.
But again, that is something straight out of like a Men in Black film or a comedy film or a spoof film like Loaded Weapon.
Yeah, exactly.
Which Whoopi Goldberg does turn up in.
But again, exactly. I don't think it's like, an unknown. I'm sure like Family Guy and people like that have probably touched on this before.
Yeah.
But for the franchise itself,
to put it into that, that was really nice. I like them little moments. I could have done with more of that. The back and forth.
But if you listen to the reaction that got, again, it's this social climate. People were too worried that someone was going to be offended to find that funny, because everyone kind of did the whole and like it was like an absence of sound. Everyone sort of went at that point. It was like, oh shit. But I loved that, and I think there were quite a few good little one-liners. Like the way like the kid was like, okay, don't go fuck yourself. Like there was some really good humour from that
he was
kid.
great in it.
Yeah, he
was well cast, because I was worried at first when I was like, okay, an autistic kid, where's this going? But no, we're just going to make it a bit funny.
Yeah,
we're not going to try and pander to it needs to be deep and meaningful. It's like, no, we're just going to be funny, like the Tourette's guy.
Yeah, I mean, when that occurred at the start, I was kind of like, I'm a bit worried by that, because they're just trying to shoot one in.
And I was so glad
make fun of disabilities and stuff.
I thought he was going to be like the Predator's friend, and that would be terrible. If like he was the Predator's best friend.
What, the guy with Tourette's?
No.
Oh, the kid.
The kid, yeah. I was going to figure out how the Predator's really socially awkward too, and
yeah, exactly. Like,
and they're going to play chess together, and and it's going to have like an ET ending where he cries and the Predator goes away.
What is this? Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Gives the kid the cannon. Yeah, go kill your bullies.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah, but no, you know what?
Asperger's.
Yeah, I was thoroughly entertained for pretty much most of it.
Yeah,
there was never like not much downtime, pointless explanation, and I'd probably watch it again.
Yeah, I would watch that again.
And I think I will watch it again.
I think again, taking it into comparison to the original, when you take away the fact that it's an Arnie movie and the Prejudicator is an iconic character at this point, like the Xenomorph, like Freddy Krueger or whatever. They're just that's it. They're embedded. The first film was shit. Like in terms of that, it was just a cheesy action film about an alien. Like if it wasn't Arnie, if it wasn't such a cool creature design,
there's that
it would have been like, oh, this is a crap film, man.
Well, there's that theory that goes around. Well, I don't know if it's true or not. Whether it was originally meant to be, it's a script for Rocky.
Yeah, it was like Rocky 5.
Yeah, the only way you can do now is go and
battle an alien. Well, I think it was meant to be Rambo or something like that. Basically,
maybe
they wanted to do it like that.
But again, the first one, John McTiernan, I think, who did Die Hard.
Yeah,
it's just non-stop action. It's a non-stop action movie with no explanation or story.
That's what I mean. Like,
that's what you want. It's just entertainment through to the end.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's kind of what this film was.
But it was classic. Enemy squad of guys get picked off one by one survives. Loads of films have done this. You know, it's not original in that.
But it's a formula that works, and they didn't have to try and put in anything that made sense, because like at no point did the police ever turn up when stuff's blowing up, and I like that. It's like, no, it doesn't matter, because we just want to get to the next plot point. We're going to get here and here and here.
Just do it.
Let's get to the next scene. Let's not bother trying to question reality, because look, it's a fanny-faced alien.
Yeah, exactly.
With a bigger fanny-faced alien on steroids.
Yeah, which I always expect them to, because it's so graphically vaginal. Its mouth. It's a bit. It really is. Whoa. So I don't know. I was expecting maybe they'd because you had such a jokey cast that maybe that would be in there as well. Like maybe because we missed a tiny bit there where basically the Predator has got Nettles. He's holding him on top of the RV at one point. As hostage, and he just makes them all put their guns down. But your guy with Tourette's there goes like, fuck! And then he's like, what the fuck? And then they take that as an opportunity, as a diversion. Yeah. So that's the only time that's ever in there as a plot point, if that makes sense.
He does, he has a few little outbursts. He does another one in, I can't remember what it. He says something like, suck your cock. Oh,
yeah. But if he'd have looked at it and gone, pussy face! Or something like that, everyone would have been like, yeah, great. Because that's the only way you can get that in there, kind of thing.
And didn't you think at the end, sorry to go back to the ending, when the pod opened and the thing came out, I thought it was good, because it looked like a big metal thing covered in grease. I thought it was Bill Duke's minigun from the first film, whatever it's called, Old Painless.
Yeah.
Because he looked like that, but he wasn't.
Like, because I was thinking maybe that's part. I thought it was going to be a mech. I thought it was going to be a robot. Like some sort of hybrid. I thought instead of it being a shitty suit so they can stick your main guy back in there for a sequel, if it had come out and it was just that thing, and it turned out that it was automated because the kid even says the Asian guy is the head of robotics.
Yeah.
So they know it's going to be robotic then. They know there's no, it's only artificial.
That's a good point.
There's no biological life in there. So I think that was, again, a bit shitty shoehorned. And I think because of that, I think what they decided to do, they were like, actually, let's not make it a robot. Let's make it a suit. And that's why they reshot the ending.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But I'd like to know what the original ending was meant to be. Definitely. But yeah, I mean, now he's just Iron Man. So I hope they don't make another sequel to it.
No, they probably will. Because I think this one might have a bit of sleeper attraction to it. Because again, I didn't really want to go and see it in terms of, I wasn't desperate to go.
I kind of said let's go and see it because it's going to be shit and we can talk about it.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a lot better than I thought.
Yeah, no, I was massively surprised by this film because it was so much more enjoyable than I thought. It was cliched, but it wasn't done in the way.
But he knew it was cliched.
Yeah.
Like when it said these stupid lines and it was parodying itself, and that kind of worked. And the first two acts are basically a comedy, and I think it transitioned quite well into just being an action movie by the end.
Yeah.
Because the comedy didn't take away too much from the action by the end, and the action didn't feel out of place with the characters. No. I think it kind of segued in well.
I think as well they actually managed to get quite a good cast together for it because the characters were quite strong personalities. So instead of when I saw Key at the start, is it Key or Peel?
Key.
I went, maybe
is he going to be one of them?
Maybe they're trying to make it like a Tropic Thunder kind of thing. Like, oh shit, he actually was good in it. The guy from The Expanse again. The only one really being Theon.
Alfie Allen.
Where I was like, you know what, he was underplayed in that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe because
I reckon he probably had a bigger role originally. Because there is meant to have been. Read that there was meant to have been another character and that got cut out because he was a registered sex offender.
Right.
So maybe he was meant to have more interaction with Alfie Allen's character.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe.
And Quinn Boyd Holbrook, when he turned up, I was like, he's not my kind of casting. He's not the kind of actor I relate to on screen. So I was a bit like, yeah. But by the end of it, I was like, actually, no, he's probably fine.
I mean, again,
because he usually plays a dick, doesn't he? Like he's the bad guy in Is he the bad guy in Wolverine? Logan, sorry.
Logan, yeah.
He's the guy with the. Is he the guy with the bionic arm in Logan?
I can't remember.
He is. Yeah, he is. He plays Pierce. Yeah. So I expect him to be the bad guy and to play the good guy. I was like, I don't know if he does it for me, but no, he was fine by the end.
I mean, I got to appreciate his style by the end of it, sort of thing, and what the character was like. I think he did all right. I mean, again, he's a little bit too flat for me to be the lead.
He didn't. He probably one of the. They tried to develop his character by giving all this backstory, but he didn't really have much of an arc.
No,
but it didn't need to be. I mean, like
it's a generic arc, but
there's Predator.
You just have to show a lot more emotion if you're going to do the role that way.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter either.
It sells. If you've got a shit backstory, he has to be one of those guys who's just like, like he's constantly, his face is like in turmoil the whole fucking time, like battling within a.
That's what
because there's no actual
when you
story.
Had Predators, was it Adrian Brody who played?
Yeah,
the main guy. He kind of played that too much. Like I'm so downtrodden.
I mean, that was way too much. But
he didn't need to be in that film.
No. But the rest of the cast around him, I think, were great. The crosstalk and things like that, I thought were fucking hilarious. Yeah. And again, it was like tongue in cheek. It took the piss out of itself. It knew it was part of the franchise, and it wasn't, trying to reinvent it too much.
I mean, as a film itself, thoroughly enjoyable. As a Predator film, don't know if it fits in with the canon. It's a spin-off, I'd say. It's not.
I mean, technically, it's linked itself because again, you've got Dr. Key.
You got Dr. Key.
So it's directly linked to the originals.
And I couldn't tell. I can't remember how Predators ended. Whether the Predator that survives, but there was a shot you see of our first Predator, and he's got the scratch down the eye.
Yeah.
And I know the Predator in Predators, he gets the claw mark down the eye. So I'm not sure whether I can't remember if he survives at the end of the film. It's meant to be the same Predator.
I don't think it's.
It could be. I might just be making things up in my head. But if it is, then it could be. It comes straight from that film. But I can't remember how that film ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least it wasn't Adrian Brody in the fucking pod.
Yeah.
I said I would have walked out. It was the end of the film. I would have stayed out of protest.
Yeah.
Oh
dear.
But yeah, I mean, to wrap it up, I recommend it.
Yeah, it was not bad at all. I mean, again,
I'd like to see deleted scenes. I think there are quite deleted scenes. I'd like to see another cut if that exists.
I'd like to see an alternate ending if that was ever a thing. Yeah. But I think for
Whoopi Goldberg steps out the van.
can you imagine that would have been that would have actually killed. I would have gone mental for that.
That would have been good.
Yeah, if she was in on it as well, that'd be just genius. But I think fans of the original probably might enjoy it because you know what I don't know why out of all the remakes to come along in the past couple of years, this one I was actually more upset about than the ones I haven't watched. Blade Runner, like I'm still not going to watch that.
It's good.
I can't do it. I mean, it might be, but
It's just the Gosling for you, isn't it?
It's Gosling. I fucking hate him, and you're going to make me watch it, and I'm pissed off about it.
I'm going to make you watch Only God Forgives because that's just going to be funny to see your reaction.
It's going to ruin Thailand and films for me. So.
It's going to ruin everything. It's going to ruin your whole year.
Yeah. But no, I mean, like, yeah, it could split a lot of people. It's not the Phantom Menace. It's nowhere near that fucking bad. But I think if you're a fan of the original, you know, you probably are going to enjoy this because you've got to realise that Arnold Schwarzenegger is not a good actor. And the reason that we like him is... Come on!
Have you not seen End of Days?
Alright, okay, I'm not going to say he's not a good actor, but...
I tell you what. He's a fucking phenomenal comedy actor in them children's films.
Oh, yeah,
Kindergarten Cop. And the others.
He hasn't got a lot of range, is what I'm saying.
No, his acting skill is Look How Big I Am.
Look how big I am and shout the lines. I'm a cowboy! Cowboy!
Put that cookie down!
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
But again, that's why I love Arnold, because he knows as well as anyone else that, yeah, I think he's a fucking amazing human being. The fact that he can be, you know, go from being a bodybuilder to an actor, to a governor, to actually...
He pretty much made bodybuilding a thing.
Yeah, I mean, but that's it. I mean, and it's something about him that people love. But either way, what I'm saying is, regardless of that, you know, it is funny, it is tongue-in-cheek, and it's got some decent, a decent budget, you know, so it's quite good action. It's alright.
We're talking about the original Predator now?
No, this one. I'm talking about this one now, sorry. The original one, again, is because it's an Arnie film, that's why I like it.
Well, see, as a fan of 1, 2... I love 2.
I like 2 more, and everyone says that's the worst film.
No, I quite like 2 more. I like 2 more as a film.
Yeah,
I like 1.
It's a better film.
Yeah, much better film. It's actually scarier, and it's got the funny bit where the old woman comes out with a broom in the hotel, and the weird bit where the Predator just smashes down the wall, makes a little mix, and then heals his arm, which gets cut off.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
But as a fan of the Predator franchise, I didn't hate any of the continuity or anything in it. No, I really enjoyed it. Way better than Predators.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, much
and
better.
AVP for sure.
Oh god, yeah, but then so is root canal surgery.
Yeah.
On the anus.
Yeah.
A real pleasant surprise for something that I wanted to go and see. Ironically.
Yeah, exactly.
I got completely turned around.
I had a good time.
Yeah, and as soon as it comes out for some sort of downloadable medium, I'll definitely watch it again. I would have thought.
Well, I will. What was it? So it was £10, 10 each to go.
And that's cheap as well. Because
this is for the cinema. So yeah.
And shout out to Showcase Coventry because they've got the reclinable seats. Yeah. And the backs go back, and you can buy a beer.
And you can buy a beer
for £10.10. I mean, I've put that bit out.
Yeah.
But no, gets a recommendation from me.
Yeah, I would watch that again. Not right now, but you know, it's a definite. When that comes onto Netflix, I'll watch it again.
Oh yeah. And if I had to say one bad thing about it is that the CGI was a bit ropey, and the ending was a bit shit. Like the very ending with the suit and the pod was a bit the grand reveal.
Yeah.
The possible setup for Iron Man versus Predator. Yeah, that was a poor payoff. But if they'd have just left that, I would have been happy with the ending.
I would. You know what I would have been more happy with is if we cut back to our guys, one in the tree, one down below, and one just goes, "Why aren't we dead yet?" And then it went off. Like if he just goes, like, "Top us." Like,
still here.
I would have found that a lot more funny. But yeah, I think it was all right. Or even for me, just as fanboy geek, if Arnie had stepped in and gone, "What do you mean your suit?" Like that would have been fucking just.
He just high fives Jake Busey
through the face.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. If it was just Jake Busey now, is the guy in the suit like, oh! It would have been genius.
Just flies straight into a wall and kills himself.
Yeah. But no, yeah, good film. I'd see it again. I don't. Do we have scales? Do we do these?
Oh, well,
now?
we usually just make one up, so I'd say 4 out of 6 pussy faces.
Pussy faces. I'll give it 4 out of 5 vertebrae that have been removed from the body. Shit, spinal cords.
Nice one.
There we go.
So yeah, that was this episode of the Plotcast podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ta-ra.
Right, see you in a bit.
Ta-ra. Ta-ra. Ta-ra.
Because
We're just towards.
Yeah.